What is going on, everybody? It is time to give thanks. Everybody loves giving thanks. Thanks for, what, turkeys, spiked coffee, pink parts, farting dogs, and most of all, we give thanks to Slater.
LaserDisc Wolfpack.
And we are live, everybody. Welcome to the Thanksgiving Kuffsgiving special Kuffscast. We're going to talk about some LaserDiscs and things like that as well. Hopefully, Maxeene the LaserDisc Queen will be joining us shortly. But I am your host, Sam Culturedog Hatch. I'm going to pass it along to my man, Ryan Cushing, who always breaks into my house and then tries to pay me off with bribes. And he always wears a shirt with a picture of himself on it. I don't know what that's all about. But what's up, Ryan?
Thank you, Sam, for that wonderful introduction. Tonight's Wolfpack is brought to you by Serpentine Quadruple Dry Hopped Quad IPA.
Nice.
And Andy Dandy $8.50 servings, which is the most pointless thing ever. Why don't I just go to a bar? But I'm here with the Wolfpack instead.
Yay.
Anyways, I'm going to pass it off to Luke.
Oh, hello, everyone. Hello. Is it on me yet? What's going on?
It is.
Okay, I was in charge. Hello. So glad to be here and talk about Kuffs, the best movie ever made. So yeah, whoever's next, go ahead.
Chris, I think.
Why you always got to put me after the worst member of the group?
I recruited this guy, by the way. Just gonna say that.
Yeah,
out loud.
and
Biggest mistake in my life.
We never
I'm gonna
forgave you.
haunt you for the rest of your life.
Mark, we need. Okay.
So we're celebrating Kuffsgiving tonight. Hopefully, everyone on the cast has been visited by the ghost of Kuffsgiving, past, present, and future. The ghost of Christian Slater, is he still alive? For the sake of the podcast, we're going to kill him live on air.
Wow.
so
It's
he
got
can
dark
haunt
fast.
Luke.
What are you talking about?
This is exactly what I signed up for.
Yeah.
Listen. We've been hyping this up for weeks. I've had cuffs on the brain. Actually, this is all my fault. Luke will tell you later, I'm sure.
Yep, all his fault.
Yep.
I did not have anything to do with
Thanks,
this.
Chris.
However, I don't know. I'm glad to be here. I apologize in advance. This is a live podcast, so all of my off the cuffness is going to be
Off the cuff.
Oh,
The
here we go.
Kuffs,
Here we
yeah.
go.
Guess what? I wrote that
Yep.
one down. I'm just kidding.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. I don't write anything down. I don't actually know how to read. And that's what I'm sponsored by, illiteracy tonight.
What do you
like
get? Education teacher, everybody. High school teacher.
Future of
Hey,
America.
don't tell away all of my secrets.
Male stripper, everybody. Male stripper.
Oh my God. I'm gonna pass it off to Hayden.
Yeah, Hayden.
Before I
Introduce
get
yourself.
myself arrested.
Yeah, same as last episode I was on, the Keaton cast, Hayden. Sponsored by coffee in a dinosaur mug.
Dinosaur coffee, good.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't have anything else, so I'll pass
Extra
it on
fossilized.
to yeah. I guess
All
I'll
right.
pass it on to Marcus.
Yeah, we should introduce our special friend, Marcus. Marcus Cooke we've met in LaserDisc Forever, and
Yes, we have.
I seem to vaguely have some memories of you maybe 5 or 6 years ago mentioning that you were getting into LaserDisc very, very lately. You weren't going to start collecting. And
No.
how'd that work out for you?
Yeah, it didn't work out too much at all. So first of all, good to be here. Thanks for the invite. Happy to be on the show, on the podcast. But yeah, about 2015 was when I joined LDF, got my first LaserDisc player. And my entry point into LaserDisc, like some, was Star Wars. So been a Star Wars geek and nerd my entire life.
Yep.
And
Got stormtroopers on my shirt. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, and we had moved to a house for the first time that had a space where I could have a dedicated kind of space away from the kids with, full surround sound setup and that sort of thing. And said, well, it's finally time to get, something better than my VHS tapes for the original, Star Wars trilogy. And searched around online, and LaserDisc clearly was it. And
Nice.
I figured out how to get that set up. And yeah, I came on, had the wrong aspect ratio on my first post. And you all quickly corrected me and set me on the right path.
Hopefully,
I'm sure they were not kind.
Not really. But I'm a humble guy, so it didn't really faze me.
trial by fire. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just gonna stick to Star Wars. So I stuck to Star Wars for a bit, and then very few movies that were kind of, top favorites from, growing up in the 80s and 90s. And then we moved again back to California, and I got a better dedicated space, and it just took off from there. And now I'm buying discs from all over the world, like some of you on this podcast. So
Yeah.
but good to be here.
No,
Looking
thanks
forward
for
to
joining us.
talking cuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of player are you rocking over there? What you got this dedicated space? I don't know you very well. I don't think we've ever interacted before. Just, give us the rundown. What kind of stuff you sporting?
I know you like some
So-
Rotel gear, so I'm a fan
I
of that
do.
already.
You see the Rotel gear off to the side over there, just like you.
Yep.
Let's see. So players, 2 players in main rotation, a 79 for AC3, and I have a 97 as well. I've
Nice.
got an AC3 modded 97 that's kind of acting up on me. So once I get that running, I'll probably put that one back in rotation. And then by way of audio gear, Rotel stack. So with the processor and amp. So I've got a 1095, which is 200 watt by 5 channel. And I got Martin Logan speaker setup. So 5.1 or no, 5.2 now, because I just got another sub.
Oh, nice.
So I've got HSU Research 12-inch subs. They sit right behind my couch and really fill the entire garage, which is
Yeah, those are
which is
good
awesome.
subs.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
Oh,
thanks
nice.
for joining. And normally, we'll have a guest on for like a special, genre rundown, or maybe your favorite director, an important director. This time, no, we're just throwing you in with
And I got cuffs.
The
so
cuffs.
I drew the short stick clearly.
It's its own genre, the
Luke,
cuff genre.
I blame Luke.
No, it's Howler. This whole thing is all Howler. He wanted
So-
cuffs.
Do you want me to, Sam? Do you want me to tell the story of Kuffsgiving to everyone?
yeah, because Luke's an unreliable narrator. So let's filter this through Chris's viewpoint.
Oh,
So-
Chris. Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I see.
the story goes is that in May of this year, I ordered a lot of 150 LaserDiscs, probably from a hard off clearing out, trying to make space, sight unseen, had no clue what the hell I was getting into. It was a 1 yen auction on Yahoo Auction.
Right.
They showed up in August.
1 yen was the cost, but the shipping was how many hundreds of yen?
God, it was
Oh, we don't talk. No one ever
I'm-
talks
I'm-
about
I'm
that.
just kidding. Like,
Shipping's free, man.
a magician never reveals his secrets or the immense piles of debt he got into for Luke to make a joke 3 months later. I ordered him slow boat, cheapest option. They showed up literally 3 months later. I'm going through it, and we have our inner circle chat, and I pull out a disc that I've never heard of before that just has the most obscenely bad artwork and the silliest title. I had no idea what the fuck this was, but it was called Kuffs, and I kind of posted it without any commentary, just like, this looks ridiculous, LMAO, guys, and it broke Luke. And we kind of
break me. What are you
we kind
talking
of all
about?
knew that eventually something I would do would ruin this man's psyche.
What the fuck is going on right now?
He's never
It was-
recovered.
it was
He's just
Kuffs
been
that did it.
haunted by cuffs.
He just
since.
he couldn't let go. Every post for weeks was about Kuffs. He started praying to Kuffs.
Okay. Now you're okay. This is all true.
Is that supposed to be weird?
Every
Yeah.
3 hours,
Yeah.
I heard he has an unauthorized autobiography of George Kuffs in the works.
Okay.
And he's writing fan
By-
fiction.
Yeah, I'm on his fan fiction site. That is,
Yeah.
it's got
Yeah,
glitter
he
on it.
started shipping
Pretty
Kuffs
good.
with all sorts of famous 90s characters,
Yeah.
such as that guy from Speed that blew up at the beginning of the movie, and one of the background extras from Lost Highway. And,
Nice.
I heard his wife left him because he just couldn't stop talking about Kuffs in bed at night.
Yeah.
His child disowned him because
At 5 years old. Yeah. She's just like, I'm done.
because she felt Kuffs had edged her out of his life.
Hey, Max is in here. What's up,
Yeah.
Max?
Somebody else can talk now.
And then, Max, why don't you continue to talk about just what Kuffs did to this man? Just without having any context.
All right. Good.
Anyways,
Tyler.
for
This
the
is
kids
real
at home
story.
who had never
Anyways.
seen the film before, it is a film from 1992 starring everyone's favorite, Christian Slater.
Everyone's
Mine shrank in the
favorite.
wash. Yeah, sorry.
See, there's the reveal.
Little baby one.
All of us go full LaserDisc, and Sam's like, "Oh yeah, I watched my Blu-ray."
Hey, this is letterboxed, baby.
You missed out on the epic side change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it did
sorry.
have a good side change though. I forget. Oh, I
It did
forget.
have a really good place side change. Like I was
Forget
really
what it
surprised
was
about
though.
But yeah, it's a film that came out in 1992. My wife saw it in the theaters. I did not see it in the theaters. It slipped through the cracks. It got fair to middling reviews. Luke sent a bunch of reviews our way, right?
Yeah, sure. They were pretty bad. Yeah, once like Plotless was in the review.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's a cop movie, but they're not cops because it has to do heavy lifting right off the bat because it explains it's not about the regular police force. It takes place in San Francisco, wherein going back to the gold rush, they had drafted in just regular Joes to be extra police force in the patrol specials, as they're called. So it even has this huge write up on the side of George Kuffs's house, yeah, which is pretty. There is some interesting cinematography and some interesting art at play here, but
you say heavy lifting. It was it's incredibly heavy lifting, and they just like it's almost like, oh, we forgot to explain that. Let's just throw it in. Put it on the house for a second.
The first thing I did was when I watched the first time is I like pulled up Wikipedia and I'm like, is this real? Like,
and it is.
So here's the thing. I'm from San Francisco, and I've never heard of this special police force thing. So
I was hoping you were going to say you were one.
This has to be fake because I've never heard of this, and I grew up there. But it is a thing. It's actually a thing.
Yeah, and it's wild, and it's funded by like shopkeepers, and so not only are you risking your life on this job, but all the store owners are threatening to fire you, or if they don't like you, they're giving you a hard time. So
it sounds like a legalized protection racket because they didn't have enough like police officers back in the day.
And it does, huh?
And it's just carried forward because they've never taken the time to remove it from the law and like.
Yeah. So instead of explaining that, it starts with 5 minutes of dancing, including a supremely underage Mia Jovovich. I don't know who greenlit that idea, just running around in underwear. And even Christian Slater was like, I'm not taking my pants off for this. Sorry. So he's dancing to Timbuk 3 for like about 5 minutes straight. So instead, that's what you do.
What is she, 16 or 17 at the time? Like
15 and a half.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's a little too saucy for comfort for how young this girl is.
And they're supposed to be, she's in college in the context of the film. He's supposed to be 21, right? So
I thought he was 24 and she was 21.
No, he says he's 21. I remember
because his brother says maybe when you're 31 or something.
Yeah.
And he said something about 20. Anyways, so he's got a brother played by Tron.
Yeah, Bruce Boxleitner, who basically cameos in this movie.
All right, I want to go back. Okay, we've jumped ahead. I want to go back to how we got to this movie. So
I thought Haller established that already.
Oh, that bullshit story of Haller's? No.
Whoa. Also,
so yes, the Haller did find the Kuffs Japanese version, and I found it too recently. And I picked it up because I'd never seen it before. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll get this for $1. That's fine. But Kuffs is such a weird movie because, I'm 42 now. I remember when it came out. What year did this come out?
92.
92. So I was 12. It was one of those movies that it was in my psyche, but like too old for me to see at the time, But I watched the trailers and I thought, oh, that's, I've probably lived 40 years thinking this movie is going to be good, and then I've never watched it. And so I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, let's watch this movie. And it's this movie. So yeah.
You don't watch every Christian Slater movie like the rest of us do?
So yeah, the basic story that before we just tear into this thing that gets established is his George Kuffs, played by Christian Slater, has a brother who is a beloved patrol special, and he is unable to carry on that job very shortly after the film begins. And then now Christian Slater's character George inherits that duty. And is he going to sell it off, or is he going to clean up the streets? Because there's some bad stuff going on, including Leon Rippey, who's a fantastic villain who always wears shirts with his own picture on it, and fans and other industrial fans on his shirt and random other things. But getting ahead of myself. So anyways, it's that story of him becoming a cop that's not a cop. And it's a comedy ? It's an action film. It's
everything.
It kind of wants to be Beverly Hills Cop, never quite finds its footing. And some of the humor is completely insane, especially with Tony Goldwyn's character. But let's go around. Now, what did everybody think of Kuffs? What do you think of Kuffs, Ryan?
Oh, it's great. I mean, 5 minutes in, he's leaving his pregnant girlfriend, spoiler alert, and trying to bring a turkey to his brother.
The turkey, yes, because this is Thanksgiving,
And,
even though it's not.
Unfortunately, due to a comedy of errors, the turkey gets run over by a vehicle, and it's just downhill from there for turkeys in the movie. So, I mean, it's a classic. Don't try and invest any kind of common sense or logic into it.
On the Broterian scale, like how Broterian is this movie? When you watch
it's
explosions,
guns, got explosions, yeah.
You got the whole like sequence in the car lot, the garage, the parking garage at the end. They're on like the top floor and there's like an elevator. Like that's all like Broterian, and it's got some other like chases and some comedy mixed in and people getting shot. I mean, if the good guy gets shot, that's
everyone gets shot a lot in this movie.
He gets shot by the guy who's jumping off the building.
He's trying to save his life.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
You cop, die.
Yeah. So like, that was never explained. Was he like a hired gunman to like get rid of Slater and he screwed up, or like
he was just a guy jumping off a building?
Yeah.
But like, why is he carrying a gun if he's going to jump off a building?
You're asking too many questions.
Yeah. See, I feel that sequence might have gotten cut a little bit because they're worried about the runtime and not having enough Slater on screen. They're like, we don't need the jumper and plot on screen. We need Slater. So
Slater's gunning for Leon Rippey's character Kane, who is one of a number of people that are knocking over shops and also involved in some art heisting, and it's all very vague
wearing
and
shirts
bizarre.
With his own face on it.
100%.
Yes, not only he's that first scene, he's wearing a shirt with his own face on it,
with glasses, sunglasses, right?
He with the same sunglasses, but he's holding up a store and he has a mask over his own face, but he's wearing the shirt with his own. Like, it's priceless.
Wow. All right, Marcus, you're the new guy. What did Kuffs do to your brain? How did you?
I had a hard time with it. I mean, here's the thing. I just couldn't figure out if Kuffs was trying to avenge his brother or if he was trying to, find himself in life, which there was some element of that.
Yeah.
Right. Or if he was trying to figure out how he's going to become a dad. Right. And there's just all of these things and you couldn't tell like which one of those paths is he actually pursuing. It just kind of all falls in place at the end. And like, there's like all kinds of holes you could just drive a hole through.
Super deep.
Super deep. I love too that he's a total Gary Stu. Like, there's the bit where he goes and starts doing firearms training and completely blows away the target. And you're like, oh, this guy's got some actual, like, he did training as a kid. He has some knowledge. And he's like, nope, Never
No,
shot a gun
just
before.
Natural, 100% natural, and we're supposed to believe that.
Yeah,
Right? We're supposed
So
to
I
believe
have
that.
challenge.
Here's the
another
other thing
scene-
too. So growing up in San Francisco, right, I was paying very close attention to the filming locations,
Oh yes,
and
that was a
clearly,
plus.
Accurate.
right off the bat, I can see Los Angeles because I live in SoCal now.
Ah,
I can see Los Angeles all in the background. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, you guys could have at least filmed this in San Francisco the entire time.
they do have a few good moments in San Francisco, and then, of course they hit a lot of
Yeah.
the same locations at every
And
other.
all the iconic things
Yeah.
are there. You have the
Yeah.
Golden Gate Bridge and the Bay Bridge and Alcatraz and Coit Tower.
Coit Tower,
all that
yeah.
was in there. Yeah.
Good times. All right, Haller, how are you in Kuffs land?
Listen, I know that my reputation is that I'm sipping on that haterade with almost every movie that I watch.
Mhm.
I'm looking for reasons to not like it. And it would be really easy to clown on Kuffs. But there is a scene in Kuffs where Kuffs is trying to assume control of the police special station. And his brother's like right-hand man says, "Nuh-uh, I want it." And so they challenge each other to a fist fight, and he punches him once and just knocks him to the ground.
He's the Golden Gloves champion for 2
Yeah.
years straight.
After he kicked him in the genitals, of course.
Yeah, there was the nut shot.
It
Yeah.
just completely obliterates this poor man who's like, here's my resume, here's my years of experience. The community loves me. And he just decks him as like, I'm the captain now. And from that point on, I knew this movie was a farce.
I knew it when Tony Goldwyn was poisoned in his coffee and started doing this bizarre,
Oh yeah, on
Like,
the stairs.
complete comedy
Yeah.
routine on the stairwell.
Well,
I was
it's
like,
Okay.
what am I watching right now? Oh
he's
my
riding
god.
shotgun to an actual cop.
Yep.
And he's just like, I didn't know if you were going to be cool with me being a terrible cop. So I poisoned your coffee. And later he's just like, oh man, I guess you did do that. And there's no consequences. He
Oh, no.
poisons the cop. He like walks around with a gun haphazardly. He somehow sweet talks a member of the police force into loaning him a drug sniffing dog.
Yeah, Thunder. Thunder named
mean,
aptly.
That was the same guy that gave him the sleeping pills. So obviously
Yes.
that guy has like
Yes,
zero.
that guy's where
like,
it's at.
Remember, if you ever need to get out of handcuffs, just say you have to go to the bathroom. They'll be like, "Oh, yeah,
Yes.
here you go."
Oh yeah, we'll just look the other way. You're definitely not gonna run off on us.
I knew this movie was not meant to be taken seriously in a modern context.
But at the same
That-
time, like all of these like sweeping shots, they were trying to be like Scarface. I'm like, what are you like? Who are you trying to be right now?
It was randomly arty. Yeah. After his
Yeah,
brother
you're like-
dies, and there's that kind of like weird,
blurry, and you're just like,
Yeah.
to the hospital.
and like some like Scorsese, like over upside down shots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
It was like
The newspaper shot, yeah.
there was
Yeah.
someone
Yes.
trying to make a serious movie
Yeah.
somewhere
Well,
in Kuffs. There is a
Howler, I would like to
scene-
say that scene you're talking about is like more than halfway past the movie. You know that, right? Like
that's like side B that you're on.
he's at a side B, yes. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
Side
get
B
it.
is infinitely better than side A.
Yes.
the one where he tries to take over the police precinct.
It's a ways
Yeah,
in.
That's
Yeah.
way into the movie.
That's like
Yeah.
20 minutes into the movie.
No.
more.
Not
that
side
happens
B.
later.
I remember
All
that
right.
being silent, but you know what? I'm also a moron.
All right. While you ruminate on that, Hayden, I can see you're clearly a big fan of the Kuffs.
I want to see
Yeah.
all your notes. Every
Yeah.
point of your notes.
Well, here they
How's
are
it all?
again. Just
How
so I
did
don't
this
forget
film
anything.
impact your life?
This movie is an experience. This is like nothing else. Also, I think the only other Christian Slater movie I've seen is Broken Arrow. So I
Oh, wow.
forgot how unbearably annoying his voice is.
Oh my gosh.
So the second, like 2 minutes into the movie, he starts talking to the camera. It's like, okay, this movie does not like the audience. This movie hates me. And then from there, yeah, like y'all have said, it's just nonstop, one thing after another, just pure nonsense. It's like if every scene was made by a different person and they just cut it together into a movie. Like the whole time, me and my girlfriend were thinking like, oh, this movie is a very cocaine fueled movie, but really, I don't think anyone who's made this movie has ever done drugs, ever been around someone that's done drugs.
It might have helped.
Clearly has never. There's the part later in the movie where him and his girlfriend get tattoos. They don't show the tattoos to the audience, and then he like kisses hers, and it's like that would burn. That should hurt if they got these like 5 minutes ago. Like
They were probably just
it's like it was made by aliens that just saw a few cop movies, and they're like, yeah, this is what people are like. This is what they'll respond to.
Bad guy gets in the elevator, you can just shoot each of the individual cables from the other side of the elevator door, and that just takes care of the bad guy.
Also, just weird scenes like when they near the end of the movie when they're buying guns from the pawn shop for like the second time in the movie.
Yes.
And they're just describing like how many guys do you think there's going to be, and they don't have a scene of the like pawn shop owner like raising an eyebrow, you know, something that would just be really obvious for like a joke. They're just like, oh no, this is a serious scene where they're gonna do this serious action
Well, he's a
scene,
special patrol, so you can just run into a pawn shop anywhere.
True,
and buy
yeah,
guns
yeah.
To go stop crime. Or
But you're right, totally. It was so bizarre. Like the funny bits weren't really funny, or they were played wrong. The serious bits were played strange, and then
Can we
but
talk
yeah,
about
it's got
the
just a
second
little bit of
turkey
everything.
sequence?
what's that?
The second turkey sequence where he's trying to like win his girl back, and he's making her
Yeah, again, this
Yeah,
is
I
not a
dinner.
this is not a
Can't tell you how many
Thanksgiving film.
times I've just made turkey for my date night.
Yeah, the first time he says it's because his brother loves turkey, so that explains the first turkey. The second time, it's like this guy just makes turkey for everybody.
Yeah.
It's probably the only thing he knows how to make. He's 21.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised
And
he can pull that off.
No, I
And I
didn't know
like
how to
that
make a
scene.
turkey at 21. I know how to make turkey now.
And that whole part's great because they set it up like he's about, the whole time I was watching the second turkey scene, I thought he was setting up expecting the bad guys to show up. I thought that's what he was doing. And then the bad guy shows up and he's surprised. And I was like, I thought this is what you were preparing for. That's why you put the chair behind the door.
Oh.
And then the girlfriend and the parents don't notice all the bullet holes through the door. They don't notice anything until they
And
get
then
inside.
they do notice the body, and they're like, "Oh, is that a dead body?"
I hope so.
They're just kind of not that fazed by it.
Yeah, they're oddly okay with everything. They don't ask any questions.
I mean, the
Well,
money guy is all excited that he
the
holds a
money
gun
guy,
on him.
That his face was great.
That was awesome.
So let's talk about the parents. Obviously, they're probably loaded because we find out at the end they like let him buy a second district. Like, he did such a good job the first time.
Spoiler
Why
alert.
is he running away from this girl? Like, he punched his golden ticket. Like,
And Harold Faltermeyer doing the music, and he doesn't just rehash the Beverly Hills Cop theme, the Axel F theme. He rehashes the Axel F theme and throws on like the music from like Snaps the Power as the backing music, so it's totally different, recontextualized. That theme happens too many times. It's like, oh man, there's that samba again. We're gonna hear that damn theme again.
listen,
but
they paid for him to do that song. He's gonna do it.
And at the end,
It was like I was oddly endeared like towards the music though.
Yeah.
Like it was very consistently like, all right, it's very familiar. But you know what? It's like oddly comforting in the middle of this messy movie.
yeah, I mean, it starts off maybe a little bit different, and then by the end, he's like, "Oh no, do. Yeah, good enough. I'm done." It's Axel F. It's also Kuffs. Yeah. All right, let's talk about the LaserDisc. I haven't seen the LaserDisc. Is it delightful? I know it's 1.33 to 1. It's fine.
Adequate.
Whatever.
I think it appropriately looks like a made-for-TV movie that had too much money during its establishing shots.
Yeah.
And we didn't mention all the postmodernism in the film. He breaks the fourth wall consistently.
When did Ferris Bueller come out compared to this?
Yeah, like about 7 years before.
Okay. Wow. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
He's just constantly breaking the fourth wall, and he's been with this smarmy look on his face.
I
He
mean,
has nothing
Slater was
good to
hot
say.
shit in 90.
When did Beverly Hills Cop come out? compared to this?
84, 85.
Yeah.
So
Oh, jeez.
yeah,
Oh,
you're trying to play devil's
Faltermeyer
advocate.
Probably needed a paycheck by 92. So
And there's even like comedy bits where he's covered up and muzzled, and so of course he's still narrating but of course has subtitles on the screen because you can't hear what he's saying.
Well, he's
Yeah,
gagged.
that was-
There's a
Yeah.
bomb. There's
Yeah. Still
Oh
narrating.
man, did we talk about the sequence where the movie self-censors itself?
Okay, so wait, before we
Yes,
do
that's
that,
what I was
so-
leading up to. Yeah.
Okay, so the Japanese disc, there's a very weird warning before it that says warning, and it's one that I've never really seen before. It's, there's flashing red lights, and
Yeah.
then does a scroll and it's just whatever, don't lend her. So, but that got me in a weird, okay, what's going on in this movie? And then it goes to that scene with the bleeping of the words, and it has some other Japanese words on top of it, which I don't know, but it got me thinking, like, is this just for the Japanese movie, or and I had to look it up. Did they bleep it out for the movie? And of course they did. It was interesting.
I listened to, because I'm a diehard Kuffs fanatic. There's a commentary track on this.
What?
Oh no.
I listened to the commentary track, and yeah,
Like, somebody got paid
Wow.
to record commentary for that.
the director and
I got
producer
held at gunpoint.
Guy.
talked about the entire movie, and
Later, Amelia's in
I
there?
listened to the whole thing, and they mentioned that there was a certain number of F-bombs they could get away with. So that, because at the end of that scene, he does swear out loud, and you're
Yes.
like, well, why didn't they bleep that? So that we're like, we'll censor a bunch of them, and then it'll be comedy, and then we won't have to deal with the censors shutting us down for having too many F-bombs in the film.
Yeah, because it's PG-13. So
Yeah.
they hit their one or whatever.
Yeah. All right. So everybody watched it? Marcus, did you watch it on LaserDisc or did you just stream it?
LaserDisc. No,
Wow.
watch it on LaserDisc.
And you bought it, right? Yeah.
And I had to buy it,
Yeah.
which
I'm so sorry that you did that for
begrudgingly
us.
I bought it.
Condolences.
Some of us have two
Just-
copies.
just
I
for
mean,
this
it's not a
conversation.
bad choice.
Did you get the
Yeah.
Japanese one or the US
Yeah.
one?
No, I got the US one.
Yeah.
I was tempted to put the Japanese one in my next Buyee shipment, but I decided not to.
Yeah,
Wasn't
Kuffs
worth
complete.
shipping.
Yeah.
No, thanks.
Star Wars is kicked to the curb. It's Kuffs now.
That's complete, baby.
Cuffs is best found on accident, I think.
Yes, I would agree.
We
Once
say
you
as we're forcing it
deliberately-
into everyone's lives.
Once you deliberately seek it out, I think it mellows out the impact.
Yeah.
How much did you spend on that Blu-ray, Sam?
69,000.
It was under $20. So, but Shout
More than
Select
my
number
copy of
17.
Kuffs.
I needed to be Shout Select complete. Yeah. So it also has commentary and conversation with composer Harold Faltermeyer. So, and he's even like, yeah, sometimes it's too similar to Beverly Hills Cop. It's just like, what are you gonna do? Yeah.
The cover of the Japanese one is interesting because it has I think I've talked about this before. Life is what happens while you're making other plans, which is in the scene for once, in one scene for no good reason. But they're like, yes, let's put that on the cover.
All right, let's see if we got Max again. You back? Oh, I can't hear you.
You're on mute.
The freaking internet keeps going out. The computer keeps restarting. Oh my gosh.
Well, tell us what you thought about Kuffs
Okay.
before you go away.
Wow. I took notes too because it was so an insanity. I fresh watched it. So my favorite line was when they were on the shootout on the roof.
Yes.
Okay. And the thug guy is yelling about how the 12 gauge pump shotgun only has 3 shots. And then Ted shoots the dude. And
Yes.
then Kuff says, well, now that we know that he can add and he can subtract, like, it's just like, it's the stupidest line. It's like, honestly, that's the first thing that actually made me laugh. Everything
Yeah,
else was, I was like,
The comedy did not make me laugh. I should say the slapstick comedy moments.
yeah, I was like, I was so like, what is he doing on the stairs? I'm like, is he like gonna
Yeah.
talk? Like, what is going
With like
on?
Looney Tunes sound effects almost. And
Oh my gosh, there's no soundtrack in this basically, except when Christian Slater is dancing. Like
Yeah.
that's the only time we get songs.
and other than that, it's just that theme song over and over and
Yeah,
over
it's
and over.
just like emu synthesizer, freaking weird, like bizarro music. Like, and it's so, oh my God, it's crazy.
So,
But yeah,
Max, would you say you enjoyed this movie though?
I mean, I really liked it because it's extremely memorable for being how terrible it was.
I mean, this whole experience was memorable. Yes.
Yes.
I'll give you that.
Can we talk about how the chief's wife is randomly Alexandra Paul of Baywatch fame?
Yes.
And, like, just like, oh yeah, she's just like this secondary like character in a scene.
And Ashley Judd's in it too.
Uncredited. Actually.
Yeah.
She's uncredited in the film.
In the commentary, they mentioned she was just friends with the producers and the director, and they're like, "Do you want to do this like on like your day off and just not be credited and get scale?" And she's like, "Yeah." They're like, "Do you want to read the script?" And she's like, "No, I like you guys."
That's awesome.
Well, did you all notice? Did you all notice another famous woman who went on to be more famous? This was actually her first film.
Was it Ashley Judd's first film?
Ashley Judd.
Yeah.
So that in the credits.
And you guys missed the.
I missed it. During the film, I had to go back and say, "Oh yeah, that is Ashley Judd."
Yeah, she shows up in like 2 scenes, I think, right? She's at the police station or the patrol station.
And at her husband's shop when it's robbed.
And Julie Strain's in it of like, what is it, Penthouse, and then like all the B movie like.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
The main villain, George
de la Pena,
like
every Andy Sedaris movie. She's one of the 2 like call girls that they're taking away in the
where they're looking at the 2 girls coming out, and they don't say, "Oh, those are escorts." They say, "Oh, he's super popular. Look at him with this
alibi."
Yeah. That was the weirdest thing. Kuffs runs in and sees this guy shooting someone actively. Yeah, he didn't see the bullets enter the body, but this guy clearly shot the guy. And then of course they take him down to the station and you're like, "Oh no, we can't hold him because
there's not powder burns that,
right. We're just gonna let him go.
Come on,
because he says he thought you were the shooter.
Yeah, makes you go with so much. It makes you just say, "Okay, fine, yeah, let's do that then, sure."
And yeah, Troy Evans, who's the captain, he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in Twin Peaks as the principal. So many classic moments. And then George de la Pena, who's the kind of sleazy organizer of all these events behind the scenes, and including some art heist shenanigans. He was like a choreographer and dancer, and I don't know how he got roped into this either. So Tony Goldwyn, though, from Ghost, I mean, he always plays like kind of evil characters and intense characters just as Kuffs' real cop partner. And that guy, man, he has to go through a lot of crazy stuff.
The swearing scene where it's just sound effects.
Yeah, we were kind of chatted about that while you were in lockdown.
That's just wild, though. Like,
so they're like supposed to be like protecting the district, and he sees them going to like commit a crime, and Tony Goldwyn's like, no, we can't. We got to go do this. Yeah, like they're obviously not going to commit the crime. No. Like
then they go and commit a crime.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Just the first 10 minutes or so of this movie are so crazy because yes, you meet Kuffs, he's dancing, and if I never see him dance, Christian Slater dance like that again, I'll be fine with that. And then you're introduced by him. His girlfriend is pregnant. He's like, "Well, I got to get rid of her." And
Mila Jovovich, I can't believe it.
Yeah, and year-old Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, she's like 15 in that movie.
Underage Mila Jovovich, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, no wonder she wasn't naked. She's naked in every other movie.
Yeah, thinking back,
thankfully.
Thinking back.
So anyway, you meet him, you hate him instantly, and you're like, the movie says, "Hey, love this guy. I think he's great." Like, no, he's terrible. Like, why?
Look how cool
watch a movie about him?
Yeah, he never does anything successfully. Like.
I mean, he's bad at everything. He's good at shooting, but he's not good at like outrunning people or like even in the apartment shootout. It's like he's always doing the dumbest stuff and getting back in the line of fire.
Credit where credit is due. That apartment shootout is quite visceral with just the amount of bullets.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like The Killer, but not really capable.
It's
in terms of cinematography.
Directed by somebody who hated The Killer.
Yeah, and this was directed by Bruce Evans of Mr. Brooks fame. So yeah, clearly up there.
Of course.
And just the way the bad guy is like, he's just like mowing when it's in the apartment shootout. He's just like mowing down the wall and like chairs and things he couldn't possibly be hiding behind or under. Like
he's a stormtrooper for sure.
The house.
Yeah.
Back to what Marcus said, at the beginning of the movie, he says, "Well, I just want the golden egg. I just want everything given to me at all, which is a horrible, again, why I hate this person. Why am I watching this movie about him?" And then I think, yes, the story is like, he says, okay, I'm going to actually do a job. I'm going to keep this whatever and revenge my brother's death, and then the movie keeps going, kind of thing. But it's just it's a weird watch, man. Like,
Yeah.
He goes to he brings a turkey, the turkey's run over, and then he takes his brother to his birthday dinner, where he gives the check to his brother. He's like, oh, well, I spent my last dollar on that turkey.
Wait, he's going to try and milk his brother for money too on this birthday dinner.
Yeah, it's extremely unlikable motivations.
Yeah.
And then, I got to go to this church real quick, and I'd like to go in here before my shift, and then dead. Yep.
And so it's wild because there's this art heist subplot, and then in the commentary they were talking about how they kept injecting these kind of like art moments to reflect, like early on a guy falls into like a pile of paint or something. It's like, that's one of our art jokes. And then like later when Tony Goldwyn and Christian Slater are fighting outside of a store, there's like a fake Jean-Michel Basquiat like mural on the wall behind them. And I'm like, it's very, very deep Kuffs material.
Those two plots don't have anything to do. So Kane is the bad guy. You think he's the bad guy, then he comes in dead, and then it shifts to the other guy. I forget what his name was.
But they were friends, and
of course, so that hooks them together.
It seems like the major bad guy was using Kane to like drive down Market, steal art, like fence things, like basically for his own interests, and also trying to get some of the districts under his control. So like they did a very poor job of explaining any of that plot. But
like the alluded to it. The local kind of driving down real estate values and stuff like that was not very connected well with the art heisting. Yeah.
I think they wanted to do like 17 stories, and the movie studio was like, the only way that you get to do this is if you put in Christian Slater and Mila Jovovich. And then whatever the fuck you do after that, we don't care, because that's
Mila Jovovich. Isn't she like 15, bro? Yeah,
it's gonna be cool. Yeah,
if you guys can work around that.
And of course, can we talk about the most intense moment of the film ever, where there's going to be an explosion? Christian Slater's bound and gagged, we referenced before, and he decides to yell, even though Tony Goldwyn's character is outside, and it's just 5 minutes of Tony Goldwyn looking in a window over and over and over again, while Christian Slater and his dog is either farting and or howling.
Yeah, you got the dog to howl.
You can't gloss over the best scene.
Yeah, I legit laughed at the dog fart.
That's what we're leading up to.
Christian Slater is staring at this dog, this drug sniffing dog, and he's just trying so hard to get this dog to bark. He's like frantically pacing, he's like yelling through his tape, and the camera just close up on the dog. It looks at him, and then it plays the loudest, most overproduced wet fart sound I have ever heard.
Yeah, it's like a Casio sampler fart key. Yeah.
Yeah, with Marcus, with those two subs, that fart you must have really felt it, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I felt it in my core.
Marcus, you're a San Francisco native. Was that an authentic San Francisco style fart?
About as authentic as they come, I guess. Apparently so. They've done the research for all the other aspects of the film, so
it's very, very serious and well researched.
Part. Oh my god.
But it actually did sound pretty good, at least on my Blu-ray. Like there was a lot of dynamic, gunshots and explosions and
farts.
I ran Kuffs in Dolby Pro Logic 2.
I did 2X.
I 2X. Yeah, because 2's not a real thing, but
no, 2's a real thing. Yep.
Oh, is 2 and 2? I'm just not.
2's just 5.1.
Yeah,
2X is 7.1.
I gotta say, like there was good stereo separation, solid center cues. It sounded like a movie.
Yeah. And of course, it did not merit a letterbox release on LaserDisc, and it was never reissued in AC3. Sadly,
I can't believe they didn't get like an Elite Entertainment or Roan release, like with the caliber that it was at.
Yeah, a gold Synapse release would have been nice.
There we go.
One thing about Kane that I just thought of. So Kane had like real RoboCop villain energy for him.
Yeah.
Like he could have easily been one of the bad guys in RoboCop. Just he could have been saying, "I'm evil. Like I just love being evil. That's what I do."
Yeah, actually, that was one of the better parts of the film. Actually, was Kane and just how weird he was and evil he was. Yeah. So, would you recommend this film to another Laserdisc collector?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Like,
Absolutely.
if you're
Okay.
collecting Laserdisc in 2022, you need a copy of Kuffs.
All right.
Like, I mean, otherwise, why are you collecting Laserdiscs?
What I'll say about
Star Wars?
Kuffs is that Kuffs is like, there's like a certain kind of movie that it just belongs on Laserdisc. Something from the early 90s. No one talks about it anymore. No one has like good or bad things to say critically in 2022. It's just completely forgotten. That's Laserdisc core to me. And Kuffs is peak Laserdisc core, is what I'll say.
Though supposedly somebody asked Christian Slater in an interview if there was one film role that he would love to do a sequel to. He said Kuffs, George Kuffs.
Well, yeah, so I have a news article from the Baltimore Sun over here.
Is it greenlit?
They did an interview with him about why he took the role. Does anyone want to take a stab at why Christian Slater chose George Kuffs?
Money?
One of the main reasons
I
I
know.
decided to do Kuffs
I'm not going to ruin it though.
was that I didn't have to worry about being historically accurate or doing accents.
Yes.
I could just relax and play the character. That was his motivation. So of course you'd want to do a sequel to that. You
Yeah,
know,
he just done like Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and yeah. Good. Max, you're
Christ
back.
Almighty.
He refused to do the scene in his underwear, though?
Yeah, that's why he has
Really?
like kind of pajama pants on. He thought it was
Gotta
too
draw a line
gratuitous.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Gotta draw the line somewhere.
Good times. Do you have any final thoughts on Kuffs, Max, before your internet dies?
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're trying different internet, so hopefully this will work better.
Yeah.
This is my personal hotspot. We're trying.
Let's see what
well,
YouTube has
since
to
I
say.
I have no clue what has been said. So all I can say is that this movie is an experience. If you haven't seen it, you should probably watch it if you can get it for free.
Or just buy Marcus's copy.
Yeah. Just like borrow it from someone who doesn't need it anymore because they already saw it once.
Look, for sale.
Yeah, it's it's really ridiculous, and it's like, I mean, there's so many just out of place moments where I felt like moments were just taking an eternity. Like, why were they dancing so long? Like, it was so long. There were so
It
many
felt
things like that.
like 5 minutes or more. Yeah.
Yes, there was a lot of things. Like even at the funeral, I was like, most movies would not even just, unless there was a reason, like some conversation. It's like there was no reason to be at that funeral that long.
Listen,
then-
they had to hit 100 minutes somehow.
That's when I looked. I was like,
Shot the film,
102
they're gonna
minutes?
use it.
Really?
I can't imagine what crap they left on the freaking cutting room floor. Like, what did they even
Nothing.
like? How much did they didn't, right? That's the
We
problem.
need a Kuffs, the missing pieces.
Oh, yes.
Were there any special features
Bring on
or
the Snyder
extras or
cut.
cutscenes?
Yeah.
Sam?
The
No
4 hours
cutscenes,
of
but
Kuffs.
trailers
Oh
and
my God.
TV spots, and of course interviews galore. So
So
There
you go.
we got the full vision, is what you're trying
yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
indeed, and the director even mentioned though that he thought it was a total failure, and he didn't watch it for at least 10 years, and then people started telling him that like it's cool, and then he watched it and he's like, all right, I guess it's pretty good. I'm like, whoa, put the brakes there, buddy.
Well, it's not, I
It's
mean,
maybe
Good
not as bad as
no.
you thought it was,
yeah,
but
the thing is, this cover, like, I mean, isn't this literally like the exact same cover as like Mystery Date with like Matt Dillon? Or am I
ooh,
just
yeah.
thinking
They said there was
different?
another film that came out around the same time that had an almost identical cover as well, and they had to kind of like change it at the last minute.
That was Juice. They
Juice.
They airbrushed out the pistol, and then there was accusations thrown around that the MPAA was racist because they gave Juice an R and Kuffs a PG-13.
Wild.
They bleeped so many swear words.
I know. It's amazing. Oh, I had to drop out. Sorry, everybody, if they experienced a moment's downtime.
The shirt with the fan, though, where the fan, like the picture of a fan on his striped shirt was
On
kind of iconic.
One side.
On one side.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was a pocket. It was like one sewn on panel. I was like, all right, okay, I can kind of like.
And he's even like,
these crazy shirts.
where
like,
do you get these shirts?
Yeah, I know. I'm like.
And then he gets shot. He shoots him in the picture on his shirt through the
I
head.
know, headshots the photo on his shirt. Oh my god! I was like, okay, someone thought about that, and I kind of. I was
God,
like,
he breaks the
intentional.
fourth wall to talk about how he got shot, and then like 3 seconds later, he's up and he's moving around.
The timeline on this movie is so crazy. He's like, he basically got shot the night before,
Yep.
and he's already out, and he's already moving around, and he's
Back at work.
It was through and through though. It was clean, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, except,
You
well,
just come back from that. Haven't
He's
you
like,
watched?
I don't
any
like guns
Bruce Willis
anymore. I
movies?
got shot. Yeah, they kind of hurt. It hurts to get shot.
Bruce Willis gets shot all the time. He's fine. Come on.
So weird. His motivations are weird.
every
And,
time he
like,
talked to the camera, it was so like jolting. I was like, oh my gosh, excuse you. Like,
Well,
back
like,
up. Personal
the rest
space.
of the movie
Whoa,
wasn't
whoa.
cheesy enough to vibe with that, you know.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
never
2
got
steps
used to it.
above it.
I never got used to him talking to the camera.
Just, yeah, the artsy filmmaking of the bit where Mia Jovovich calls him and he won't talk to her.
Oh
And
my
it's going
God.
for this like almost
So
split
long.
diopter.
It was like, what are you making Scarface with Christian Slater? Oh, also, the one thing.
And then
I
it
didn't
fades
know,
off on her at the end when she hangs up the phone.
How many movies is Christian Slater in where he has a dead brother? He is now
Oh.
avenging the death.
Dead brother Christian Slater. That seems like that could be our next Thanksgiving special.
Oh,
What's
Max.
the
Losing
Gleaming
Max.
Cube, right? Gleaming Cube, he avenges a dead brother, right?
Yeah, maybe. I think that's one.
Yeah, and then the Wizard. No, well, he just has a brother in the Wizard, and
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
and then
not
Wizard of
dead,
Oz.
but
He's
still,
in that
like,
one
kind of
too.
brother.
Uh,
Oh,
should we get
everybody's
into some
freezing.
other things that are non-cuffs related, or
Nope.
You
All
just wanna
cuffs,
talk cuffs?
baby.
Yeah.
Keep it
Pretty
going.
good for cuffs.
you don't want to do some LaserDisc pickups maybe or something to that effect?
I got cuffs.
Yeah, I mean, I just bought one disc and it was cuffs. And then I bought a second copy in case the first one was bad.
Bought 32 copies of Cuffs just in case the market swings in my favor.
That wouldn't
To the
surprise me.
moon. Cuffs to the moon.
Yeah. Diamond hands, baby.
I remortgaged my house for this.
I like the cuffs.
There
Oh, I
legit
did-
is a trailer, a 35 millimeter trailer of cuffs on eBay that I almost got.
Oh, you should buy it.
Wow.
It's like $15. I'm like, I'll never
That's
use that.
tempting.
But
Hayden, are you selling those posters, by the way?
This backdrop,
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
Legend.
It's beautiful.
I want you to
That's
hang that
that's
behind you at
commitment
your
right there.
wedding.
I mean, when I start my cuffs like concept band, I'm gonna need those as amp scrims.
Cuffs Coffany.
I can
God,
definitely
there are
hook.
two 35 millimeter trailers of
Yeah.
Cuffs, and they are both $15.
we
right
can
now.
both get one, Howler. We can be cuffs, trailers,
And we're
brothers.
going to be neighbors in Seattle. too.
So
Yeah.
Hayden just bought both of them.
Based on Cuffs.
But I did.
Oh my
uh,
God.
I did have a couple of things that I wrote down that I forgot to mention earlier.
Oh,
One.
final notes. Let's do it.
Does he put handcuffs on anyone in the whole movie? Does he cuff anyone throughout the
No,
entire
just his
runtime?
last name.
I don't think he does.
No.
And then there's the part with the real bad guy, not the cool bad guy who deserves his own separate
Yeah.
prequel movie, in my opinion.
Yes.
But
yes.
the real secret bad guy,
Sam.
where he brings up that Christian Slater's character didn't graduate high school, which
Yeah,
sounds
that's
like
the
a
big
trailer park,
ooh.
that sounds like a Trailer Park Boys plot.
Yeah.
like
Like a
something
paper
Ricky would get into.
technicality is your big.
Yeah. And then my favorite moment in the whole movie is when they're on the rooftop fight at the end, and the church bell rings, and they all look
yes.
long enough for one
Yes.
goon to hesitate and shoot him.
Yeah.
Like he hesitates and then still gets a shot off and hits him. Because they're all just mesmerized by the bong going off a few, like a half a mile away.
Huh?
High art, I tell you.
Just, yeah, a masterpiece.
Listen, Cuffs is easy to hate, but it brought us all together on the night before Thanksgiving.
Cuffsgiving.
Let's give cuffs.
Thanksgiving.
And you know what? There's a beating heart somewhere at the center of this movie. No brain, but there is a beating heart.
Yeah.
As
Butterball
the
turkey.
credits rolled, I was like, I'd watch it again.
I mean, I watched it twice
Yeah.
this
You know,
week.
Like there are some genuinely like all right moments in this movie. It is not completely devoid of value. Is what I'm
Butterball
going to
turkey
say.
in the street is still the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. And the filmmakers did mention it is almost impossible to, that was a fake squash turkey because every time they did it, it would just shoot off to the side. So they had the staged fake
I
turkey
can't
with the
believe they
tire
couldn't
treads.
do it practically.
Nope. It's all CGI. But no.
That was at
As
least
if-
10% of the budget was fake turkeys.
Fake turkeys, yeah.
As if there was no comedic possibility from a turkey shooting across the road. As if nothing funny could come of that.
No, like hit
That's-
somebody as they're walking down the street. That would have been great.
I just love how him holding the turkey could have been a weird, quirky moment, but he's just like, why am I holding a turkey? You're like, oh, all right. We're not even going to let that be a weird moment.
That probably works over here.
You don't want to know about it? Well, I'm going to tell you. Like, oh, okay. We're really going hard into the turkey here.
Yeah, that's what the Cuff sequel is about. The turkey comes back for vengeance.
That's the second district he buys. It's for the turkey.
That's
Yeah.
why it's called Cuffs 2, Kuffsgiving.
What's the last line of the movie? Do you remember? He says
Oh,
something
it's about women, right?
like women.
Well,
Yeah.
no, the women is the side B flip moment. He's like women.
No. The last
And then it
line
cuts.
is he sees what's your face with the baby.
With the baby.
He says,
The physical last line is "see ya."
well, yeah, he says women. Hold on, I gotta get it. Oh shit, what was it?
Oh my
Something
god.
like women.
Something-
Without them, we wouldn't have civilization. See ya.
Deep thoughts with cuffs.
The baby looked visibly scared of Christian Slater too. It was a very wide-eyed baby that was fearing for its life.
You knew what happened to the turkeys. Like, what's he going to do to a baby? Ah.
That's what happens in the sequel. He drops his kid, and his kid gets
Ooh.
launched across the highway.
Ouch.
The sequel is the kid taking over the districts. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're 30 years later.
Oh, I really enjoyed that. Your brother left the entire precinct to you in his will.
yeah. It's such a weird concept. And like they're trying to explain it to you, the audience, that you could buy and sell a police job. And of course, the bad guy rolls up at the funeral and he's like, well, you could sell it to me and I will install a good person. I'm like, clearly you're a villain and you want to put some evil person in the role. Like, I can see this coming about.
But it was 124K in 1992. And he's like, I want my golden parachute, but nah.
Yeah.
That's character development. He's growing as a person. He wants to, yeah.
I did like when he took the other guy's bribe and you just like carried on doing whatever he wanted anyways.
that was
Right?
great.
Shit. I need the money. Yeah.
I like a future. I like my future. Yeah.
All right. Let's wrap up the cuffs and talk about some other laser discs. Let's do some pickups. I'm gonna do a transition over here. Hopefully we have some viewers. Maybe. Is anybody
Yeah.
still? Let me try
Couple on
checking on
Facebook
YouTube.
and a bunch on YouTube. So
All right. You guys all burnt out on cuffs in YouTube land? All right. Looks like it. I'm going to do some pickups. Quickly, got to give a shout out to Yorma from LDF. He sent me some chocolate. Very important. But also some Bond films, some PAL
whoa.
German License to Kill and Dutch License to Kill as well. So CD video. Perfect.
That's
So
awesome.
thanks to him. Got some Japanese discs, which I didn't show the last time. Some anime for Chris. I didn't have Dirty Pair Flash 2. So I actually not really into the Flash ones. I'm more into vintage, original OG Dirty Pair. But there's like 5 of these suckers. So
Was that like late 90s?
yeah, like mid 90s, maybe 95.
Yeah,
No.
the magic was gone.
Yeah. So, but I had 1 and 3, so I had to get those. This is a wild one. It's called like Industry Coon Story. I don't think it's on LDDB, so I have to add it. But it's like a television special, like kind of showing the behind the scenes of the Japanese television studio. And Yukihiro Takahashi from YMO is in this, and Ryuichi Sakamoto is in it. And he does like a little bit where he's trying to sell cameras. And like they do this whole like advertising thing where their whole gimmick is camera is cheap, like camera yasui, and they just like have him like it's almost like Max Headroom with the Blipferts. They just keep repeating stuff over and over again. That's their new advertising gimmick. Lots of hijinks of people running around a TV studio getting into shenanigans. It's pretty darn fun. It's weird. It's like about an hour long. They got that. Let's see, some music discs. Oof. I showed I got Yes's 9012 Live before, but I didn't have the reissue with the talk artwork from Peter Max. This is not that album is a different tour than this, whatever, but I had to get it because it's a different variant. I didn't have Peter Gabriel's Secret World Live, so I had to get that as well. And being a Devo guy, I had to get the old We're All Devo with the corner obi.
Nice.
I had the digital reissue, but I wanted to get the analog ones. And the guy was cool, like, or whoever owned this originally had a bunch of, I don't know if they're even available, like newspaper clippings and magazines and stuff like that. Yeah, they're like buried in here. There we go. But yeah, he like cut out a bunch of stuff from magazines. So yeah, but there's a ton of that stuff in there, which is pretty cool. And I was trying to go Sex Pistols complete, so I had to get Live at Longhorns. So I'm almost there. I just need a variant of what is it? The movie there. That name escapes me right now. And yeah, there we go. Swindle. I had to get some Queens right. This is just a OB-less beater, but I wanted to get a copy of it and I'll upgrade at some point.
Jabroni copy.
Yeah, exactly. But I need to fill out the rest of my Queensryche collection. So of course I had to get Video Mind Crime.
Nice.
And I had to get Operation Live Crime, all the crimes. So got those. And you need a little German metal in your life. So Udo Dirkschneider and the boys in Accept. I had to get Staying Alive. Of course, this has all the hits you love, like Metal Heart, Breaker. What else? Of course, it's got it's got Balls to the Wall. It's got Fast as a Shark. It's got.
Oh yeah.
I love the pose on the cover too. Like,
yeah.
What is he doing?
He's like, while they're all rocking and doing all the hard work. Yep. So I had to get that. And most of you guys have 20 copies of these each, but shout out to Marcus. I didn't have some of the later Japanese Star Wars boxes, so I finally pulled the trigger on the 2000 trilogy.
Nice.
So,
What a great box.
It is. It's just gorgeous to own, like just look wise. And it has the 11 minutes. It doesn't actually have anything from episode 2. It just has behind the scenes with like Bonnie Peace, which is weird watching The Vow and then watching this. I'm like, oh yeah, she's got a horrible life ahead of her. But it all works out in the end. But yeah, so I had to get a copy of this finally. So it was.
God, it looks so clean with the Obi too.
I know, right? Oh yeah, it's just
mine is sad and Obi-less, but the inner box artwork, the individual sleeves on that one are just gorgeous. You got to show them to the crowd.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll do a quick run through. Because foam insert. But yeah, they're pretty tasty. Those Jedi.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
That's the best artwork for Jedi on the format.
Some Empire and the original.
Yeah, and this one's a must-have, obviously for AC3. So even us purists have it for the sound.
Yeah, I mean that's the interesting thing about the special editions. Like it does have the added Lucasisms, the revisions, but the sound is also great, and the remastering that they did was really nice too. So
I love the dance sequence in Jabba's hut.
Jedi Rocks, yeah.
Oh man, that's where it's at.
And I also had to get the definitive collection reissue.
That's the next one. Yes,
I wanted to get that.
3 behind the scenes discs.
It is.
God, that's the only Star Wars box I'm missing.
I also love that this one has the notch cut out, so you can actually access things easily.
Oh, that's so good.
But yeah, in the back of this thing, it's got the 3 making of releases in a gatefold even. So bam. Got that
Beautiful.
going on there.
I'm amazed that they didn't release that like making of in a gatefold after that, like just separate.
Right? Yeah.
The people who
Is that
already
2
had
discs
everything
in
else.
one? How do they do the three? Is it 3 discs in that gatefold or
Yeah,
two?
it's 2 discs, so it's I think 3 sides out of 4.
Got
So
it.
yeah, it only goes up to side 3.
Yeah, they're only like 50 minutes or 55 minutes each. So
So I had to get those, and then finally a little bit of swag, thanks to Maxeene. Gave me the heads up on a few things, including my very own Walkie Squawky. Man, he's coming at you. So
Love it.
with his little Pioneer Laser Karaoke placard there. So
Does he
Yeah.
make a noise or no?
he doesn't. I'm gonna try and maybe put a little player in there or something so you can sing a tune for you or something. And the other thing Max hooked me up with through cohort was a collection of Laser Views magazines going from 91 to like 97 or 98. So I got a ton of these things. It's great kind of going through because they all did rundowns of pretty much everything that was coming out, including, of course, I flagged it here. What's coming? MCA Home Video is coming out with cuffs for $34.95. So well, I can't see that there, but yeah, that's cuffs. So you should probably buy that. So I'm super psyched to be able to go through those things and relive my glory days of 90s LaserDisc buying. What do you got, Ryan?
I picked up a few things, if you can believe it.
I believe it.
All right, we'll go off. We'll start here. I picked up this really common movie off of the archive in Connecticut, actually.
Yes.
It's called Neon Maniacs. About
May have
these
heard of it.
guys, and it's got like a nice squirt gun sequence and all kinds of madness. This movie makes absolutely no sense, but it's common. So go out and find it, pick it up, buy it for your friends.
Does it make more sense than cuffs?
Probably not. All right, moving on. We've got Ready to Kill. He's
Whoa.
ready. He's got 2 guns. not
Double
one, but
guns,
same.
right?
And they definitely didn't poorly Photoshop him onto like a weird background.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that looks super bootleggy.
That's
Well, it
what
is
you
a
guys do.
Indonesian release, so halvesies on the bootleggy, but it's in English. So, and I showed this one to you, Sam and Max, but this is To Sleep with a Vampire Ire. So they spelled sleep wrong here, and they added an extra ire here. This is the less common version, even though the US version is also somehow really rare.
What? I'm sorry. What is that picture of the back? What is he kissing on? What is that?
That's a like clavicle, maybe? Yeah. And I guess we probably should.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
We're just gonna keep going and
Yeah, then we should move on from that.
Yep. We got Circle Man.
Ooh.
Much better than Square Man.
Yeah, I mean it's got Franco Colombo.
Oh
Nice.
my gosh.
Yeah, he's a fighter dude.
Incredible.
I think this is from Taiwan. So if you're collecting Taiwan discs, there's another one. We just missed this about a month ago, October 32nd.
Oh, it's my favorite day.
This is like a Merlin movie, I guess. But not the Merlin movie that made it to Laserdisc. This is like a different Merlin movie that they released in, I believe, Taiwan again.
Is it like bonus Halloween on October 32nd? Or?
You get just more everything.
Okay.
Yep. And a wizard or something. I don't know.
That's where you get the full-size candy bars, right?
Kirk Cameron on the cover? Who kind of like
probably. Let me see. It doesn't say
left?
like. But
Oh no, that's
all I know is I saw the cover and immediately was like, I'm buying that, and that's what happened.
Well, yeah.
That's why you buy them. You don't buy them to watch, right? Does anyone buy these to watch anymore?
I buy on the frame.
Okay. Moving on. Uncle Sam. This is a I think Singapore release
Wow.
of the classic
Wow.
patriotic horror movie.
I mean, Vinnie Boncolari and Elite were cool, but I don't know, they didn't put that much effort into it like this company did.
Yeah,
That
100%.
cover is actually way more accurate than the cover of the Elite.
And then one more. This is the I think Singapore Jacko release. It's
Cool.
called Jack-o'-lantern, in case you weren't sure. Like the foreign markets, they weren't sure what the hell Americans were talking about, so they clarified. Oh, it's Jack-o'-lantern.
Lantern.
So really quality movie with, you know, quality pumpkin effects. So we'll keep moving on. I got a few more. I believe I've shown off triple impact and maybe double impact. This is equal impact.
A fair and
like-
balanced impact.
There's an amount of impact here, but
Yep.
it's equal. It also features Joe Estevez and Robert Zadar. I'll get that a little
Estevez.
closer so y'all can read it.
Nice.
Because when you're looking for movies, you see Joe Estevez or Robert Zadar on the cover and you buy it.
Automatic.
Or at least I do.
Yeah, I definitely do that.
And there's obviously something going on. I haven't seen this one yet, but it
Hmm.
looks good. I believe this is another Singapore one. Contra Conspiracy?
Is that like the video game?
No. It's
Okay.
about a conspiracy and there's Contra and guns involved. And
I like
Wow.
that you said that with a question mark at the end. Contra conspiracy?
I don't know what it's about. I just picked it up. The CIA inherit live footage of the slaughter of a Hollywood movie crew on location.
Whoa.
One crew member, Kirsty, the teenage daughter of the slain director, escapes the carnage to tell the bloodthirsty tale of staying alive and a counter-revolutionary army's ruthless objectives. Blow-ups of real action loaded into one politically powerful roll of film. Sometimes the news from the real world never gets told.
Sometimes it does, though.
Think about it. Think about it.
This, I believe, is a Taiwan release. Taiwan.
No fucking way.
You didn't have that one on your wish list, Luke? No.
Yes, I did. But you
Okay.
got it first. So.
Dark Drive,
Sure. That's a thing.
a mission to another dimension.
Wow.
Yeah.
By the
Another.
time we get to the end of the LaserDisc Wolfpack show, like episode like 1000, Brian's just gonna be reading things with like question mark.
I don't even know
Period,
sometimes. Like
dash.
I
Oh,
buy it based on
God.
the cover. I've never seen it. I don't even know if it's a real movie half the time.
There's going to be a point where Ryan's like, I've got them all. I got
I'm
nothing.
close.
I,
Death match.
Nice. Good
Yeah.
graphics there.
Yeah, they've got death and match, and
But like
a
with faces
photo
in them. Yeah.
and fire and a dude kicking. Like,
Nice.
what more could you ask for in a cover? Like, and I believe,
Tells me everything I need to know.
Maybe some nudity, but
yeah, well, I
yeah.
mean, hopefully, but that's Matthias Hughes, so you know he's the bad guy, and you know he's gonna kick some ass, but die to the good guy at the end. I mean, sorry, spoiler alert, but that happens in every movie he's in. And then we've got more death and match on the back. So,
man.
all right, we're almost done here. Got
Okay.
a few left.
All
The recently discovered Ted Jan Roberts classic, Tiger Heart,
Oh, yes.
was not known to be on Laserdisc until I found a copy.
Wow.
I don't know why it was put on Laserdisc, but it's got Ted Jan Roberts of Magic Kid fame. Everyone's a big fan of Magic Kid,
Oh my
right?
gosh.
And Magic
Seen
Kid
it.
2.
Incredible.
So many times.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So this is a Indonesian only release. So if you're looking to be Ted Jan Roberts complete, you got to find Tiger Heart on
Look at that stare. That's like a solo album. He's trying to be Rick Springfield or something.
Oh yeah, he was
It's
trying to get Jesse's
hot to
girl.
handle.
It's too hot to handle.
All right, I got two more.
Okay.
Got or three more. Sorry, I can't count. The
Holy
Killing Zone.
Fuck.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, pretty
This
sculpted there.
dude,
Yeah.
you know what show he was on?
Maud.
American fucking
Growing Pains.
Gladiators.
Oh,
You
Wow.
know he's a movie star.
Growing Pains.
He was on American Gladiators. That's
What
Darren
was his name in American Gladiators? Nitro?
Whoever Darren McBee was. I don't know, Turbo or
Turbo?
something.
Freeze?
I don't know.
Mr. Freeze?
Flebo.
But
Riddler?
American Gladiator in a movie. Like, what more do you need? Like, I don't even care if there's a plot. Whatever it says on the back doesn't matter.
Wow.
That guy's having a good day.
Soul. Front to back soul.
Turbo!
Boom.
Wow.
I'll look it up later. And
I
tell you
hate
which
being in the
Gladiator
killing
he was.
zone.
I don't even know.
I know. You should have read the signs. It's the killing zone. It's not the cuddling zone.
Yeah.
Isn't that the hugging zone?
Yeah. You're in the wrong zone, boy.
The
Oh my
recently
God.
discovered Cynthia Rothrock classic, Sworn to Justice.
Yes.
Fake
Till I
universal
put this
cover,
on
kind of.
LDDB. It did not exist.
Fake widescreen.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's never
this is-
been so sweet.
Possibly the shittiest cover I've ever seen. Like,
I
we're
mean,
like,
the
oh,
best.
we'll steal a letterbox cover and we'll just add some fire and like a shadow over fire and
And they're like, which
like,
font
a
should
little
we
bit of
use?
love sequence.
Yes, all of them.
You have
Yeah.
2 Rothrocks there.
Oh my
for some
God,
reason.
Sworn to Justice is on Tubi. You can watch it right now.
Fuck yeah, you
I mean,
can. But can you
watch
watch
the
it
Wolfpack.
He
on
has all
It's
Singapore?
like the
Laserdisc?
third thing when you looked it up. Oh my God.
And then
Uh,
last but not least, I filmed.
Oh,
a
Spencer's
video
trying to
for my
make the
collection.
taglines. So at home, say hi to Spencer.
As you know, I'm a big fan of Michael Dudikoff. He's
Yes.
a really solid actor. He's put out a lot of good movies like American Ninja, American Ninja 2, American Ninja 4. Just lots of really good quality movies.
Sure.
I tracked down this missing gem. This is a Hong Kong release called Midnight Ride. It's got Michael Dudikoff and Mark Hamill, the Mark Hamill.
I see Robert Mitchum in there.
That's
Wow.
Luke Skywalker
Yeah.
and Dudikoff in one movie. Like
Wow.
that's just that's gonna overload the senses.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Mark Hamill
with
means business.
giant
Yeah.
gun.
So I have no idea. I have not seen this. I just got this, but it's fucking Dudikoff and Hamill in obviously an amazing movie that no one talks about these days for some reason.
Hmm.
So that's just peak right there. But yeah, those are my pickups. Bunch of normal
Very nice.
everyday movies.
Checking over YouTube, looks like everyone's down with the cuffs. I think Andy says he's going to buy like 3 copies, I bet. And
Buy all the copies of
yeah,
Cuffs.
everyone's going to
Yeah.
need cuffs. Yeah.
Again, that's why I bought 32. I had to declare bankruptcy, but I've got the market corner.
That's
Why
right.
32?
But those are the
Uh,
other ones available.
Let's let Marcus go since you're the guest of honor. Do you have any laserdiscs you
right.
bought?
Yes. Let's see. I'm gonna start. This is for you, Haller. Have you ever seen this one before? The Chocolate Panic Picture Show.
Just the
You
cover.
got me stumped. I've never heard of
Have
this
you ever
one.
seen? No, you never heard of this?
What is this?
So, first of all, when I saw the cover, immediately I'm like, those look like African caricatures.
Yeah.
That's right up my alley
Yeah.
for collecting this kind of stuff. That's like borderline racist on Laserdisc. But apparently this is and I'm gonna mispronounce this, Gynex.
Oh,
This is
wow.
like their first release.
Yeah, I was going to say, that looks like 80s from the Obi there. So,
Yeah.
Huh.
And it's got themes of imperialism and capitalism.
wow.
And yeah, it's about 30 minutes long, I think. I have not watched it yet, but
Huh.
looks,
All right,
looks
can
very
we talk about that graphic
interesting.
on the back? It's like a person sitting down with like things
that-
coming out of its midsection.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I see it now.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looks like cow udders from here.
So many
Wow,
questions.
this
That
is
is
Yeah.
really
crazy.
interesting.
So pretty cool pickup.
Wow.
All right, Ryan. This was unplanned, but I recently
Oh.
picked this up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I will definitely be spinning this next 4th of July.
That same movie, Ryan? You just had a different same movie? Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, but
Marcus just has
I
the
don't
good
know
pressing.
anymore with you, Ryan. I don't know.
And I feel like this next one is kind of like a companion film
Oh,
at Christmas time.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Jack Frost.
that is
That
not
was
the
Yeah.
Michael Keaton one, for
No.
those of you wondering.
But they look the same. It's literally like in the film, they had to change the cover because they straight up look way too like they made it like straight at that
Yeah.
for the freaking movies. They're too close.
That movie.
Yeah. So this will definitely
be
be a December spin at some
Nice.
point.
great pickup.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what else. Oh, this is from Luke sent me over to Reanimated Records. And this is
Ooh,
probably
nice.
the coolest find at Reanimated. So Godzilla,
nice.
1985, or technically I think it's called 1984, but
Yeah.
American release is 1985.
And the old
we're
Pioneer
the,
hype sticker,
country of
too.
Record.
What was that?
We're the country of record on that. If we released it in '85, right?
Hayden might
right.
have something to say about that.
All right. And given that I picked that up, figured I should have the original Godzilla
Oh, nice.
Oh.
as well
Yeah.
on LD. So I got the 40th anniversary box set,
Choice.
which is pretty cool. Recently arrived in my last box from Japan.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Let's see what else. Oh, this one I had been after for a while.
Oh, nice.
Death
It
by
is tough to
Temptation.
find.
Yeah.
Very tough to find without spinning through the nose. But I was able to find one. I think I've only seen this like one time. But RP Bill Nunn here.
Oh, yeah.
It's got Dwayne Wayne from A Different World, which is
Yeah.
very, very cool.
Is it
So
a
looking
vampire
forward to,
movie or what's going on in this
Yeah,
movie?
it's kind of a vampire movie, and it's kind of like it's got it's horror, but it's not crazy scary horror.
Mhm.
And it's directed and stars James Bond the third.
James Bond the third. I thought it was Rusty Cundiff or something.
No.
Yeah, James Bond is credited on
Wow.
here.
All
Yeah,
right.
James Bond the third. Yeah,
Yeah, so that makes it an unofficial Bond movie.
We
There
should
you
watch
go.
another Bond
If you
off.
want to be Bond
Yeah.
complete, you better have Death by Temptation.
And he's not on the cover, but it's got Samuel L. Jackson in it too.
Oh yeah, here it is. He's on the cover too.
Is
Yep.
he?
Samuel L's on the
Okay.
cover.
Okay.
Yeah, and the fine print. Yep.
Nice.
But he was in pretty much half the movies in the 90s.
Still is in half movies of the TV.
Yeah, right. Let's see what else. I had the first Knight Rider, but did not have the second one.
Ooh.
So now I've got both, which is pretty cool. So looking forward to giving this a spin.
Sweet graphics.
Yeah, really nice. And then of course on the back, you got Hasselhoff and all the nice poses there.
Sweet bows. Yeah.
Sexy ass. Sexy off.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
Let's see. This one was from my latest box from Max. Is he still on? There
Yeah.
he is. So Super
Oh,
Speedway.
Nice.
This one had been on my list. I'm sure it sounds amazing in DTS. So I'm a big car guy. So looking forward to hearing this with the sound system. Yeah.
Yeah, that was like the demo disc that in every Circuit City back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. I got a couple of squeeze titles recently.
Ooh.
Cliffhanger.
Yes, the go.
Nice.
Yeah. And also Stargate.
Nice.
Excellent.
So I'm up to 3 squeeze titles now. I got the mother of all squeeze titles, the T2 THX.
The second. Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everyone puts disrespect on the non-THX EQ's name.
Well, when the THX one is out there, I mean that's the one to have.
Let's get it.
Boo.
I mean, even finding the AC3 T2 is like impossible these days.
Yeah, the US release is tough.
Man,
So the crazy thing is I got that AC3 T2 after looking for it forever, and then a week later this other one pops up, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to pass on the squeeze one.
Yeah.
Right.
So now I've got both, which is totally overkill. But
Hey, it's T2. Game
this
on.
this is where we are.
Yeah.
All right. So
Ah, yes.
color purple.
Okay.
Looks like an ordinary color purple release. No,
It's
this is
stealth.
Stealth AC3.
Yeah.
Not easy to find. Lots
I've
of
been looking for that
combing
one.
through eBay, crossing your fingers that there's a picture of the back so that you can
Yeah.
actually see it. So yeah, finally tracked this down, which is pretty cool.
Nice score.
I didn't even know that existed, to be honest. Like,
Uh-oh. Well,
no
you
clue
do
what
now.
to say. Yeah.
You do now. Right. Now it's on your list. All right, sticking with Stealth AC3.
Yes.
excellent.
This took well over a year to find. They just don't pop up very often.
Yep.
So popped up a few weeks ago and snagged it right away.
Great
Score.
transfer. Great mix. Like just solid disc.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right. Let's see. This is another one I was after for a very long while.
Oh, yeah.
So late release, I think it's 99 film. But Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, RIP Bernie Mac, just hilarious.
Yeah.
And tons of like one-liners in this film that are like super memorable.
Nice.
So super happy to finally found this one. actually, the story with this one was I actually did buy a copy a couple years ago, and it arrived so scratched and damaged that it was not totally unplayable. Seller gave me a full refund, but I was really bummed. So this finally made it to my collection.
There are a lot of late releases out there that are just in poor condition for some reason. I don't know. People just didn't take care of them back. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were into DVD,
All right,
I
and
guess.
I think I'm hitting my limit here. So let me I'll go to the last two.
All right, hit us.
Which are late releases. So I usually don't do Obi lists, which I know there's varying thoughts around this, but
Yeah,
I
you're gonna
usually
lose.
don't go
Obies are
Obi
lame.
lists.
You're gonna
Obies
lose
are lame.
resolution.
Yeah, no, they're lame. But when it's the right price, when it's the right price, I can go for it. So
Yes.
copy of Lake
Yes.
Placid showed up at the right price.
Yep.
So in my daily, searching in Japan, it's literally the first thing I do when I wake up on the phone, look to see what was posted the night before. This one had a buyout price that was like totally reasonable. I'm like, what's wrong with this? Must be something wrong with this.
Yeah.
And it was fine. So that one,
Great
and
score.
I'll end on this late release here. So
Ooh,
picked up a
all right.
copy of
Gorgeous disc. Gorgeous.
The Beach.
Yep.
So very much looking forward to spinning this. I've actually never seen this movie.
It's
Ever?
a trip. I don't know. I don't know what to say about The Beach. Like, I have it, I enjoy it, but it's also like, what the hell kind of movie is it?
Wild.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's a good
cool,
find.
Cool pickup.
Great pickup.
Nice. Who's this saucy gentleman that joined us? What's going on, sir?
Oh, my
Sausage Fest?
God.
Where's Max?
Vinny.
You
Max,
scared her off.
Yeah. She's like, oh, Vinny's here. I'm out.
I've never not seen her on screen.
She's had
wrong.
internet shenanigans going on throughout the night.
Oh.
So
Did I miss all the Cuffs talk?
you did miss
Yeah.
the Cuffs
You
talk.
can
but
talk
Good,
about
good.
cuffs all you want, though.
let us know what you thought of Cuffs, Vinny.
I didn't rewatch it, so I don't remember it outside of the Faltermeyer theme, which I carried around in my head forever.
I mean, it's not the Beverly Hills Cop theme, but it's
no,
pretty
it's
darn close.
Pretty close. What was the consensus here?
It's a hot mess,
Stone Cold
Good.
masterpiece.
but it was enjoyable. I don't know if it was enjoyable more from the camaraderie of having to watch it and it being a forced event, or if the film itself was enjoyable. I guess the film was tolerable enough, like that it was. I don't know. It was fun, ish.
Complete mess. Complete
Yeah.
mess.
It's
I do
not
want to see it
good.
again.
I
It's
recommend.
Molly loves it,
I
though.
recommend the Blu-ray.
Nice.
What a bitch.
I could have sworn I saw that in the theater, but I didn't, so I must have only seen it pan and scan home video at the time. My
Fun.
wife was a big fan of Slater, so I was dragged to a lot of Slater stuff. Most
You
of
do
it
have
good.
a direct like Cuffs memory, though, don't you? Have
Yeah,
some
yeah.
sort of
So
Cuffs
I
history.
stole a standee from the Blockbuster I worked at, a life-size Christian Slater cups, and brought him to my wife's surprise 21st birthday party. Maybe
Wow.
weren't married, obviously we were friends. So yeah, he's in all the photos of that party. The
I wish
Cuffs
I'd loaded the
standee.
graphic. I would drop it right now, but sadly I didn't.
Yeah.
So, but
But this is live.
it is so
Yeah.
off the cuffs. How's it going
And then-
for your Kuffsgiving preparation? You cooking or
No, we're not. So it's great.
okay?
I'm late because I had to watch Enchanted with my girls.
Oh,
then
did you
when
want?
they
Are you
went
gonna
to
watch
sleep-
this? No.
No, Enchanted. No, we watched the original.
Disenchanted.
Yeah, but now you're gonna watch the new one, right?
Tomorrow we'll watch
Yeah.
Disenchanted, and
Yeah.
then I had to watch back-to-back episodes of Andor with my son. So we just finished
Yeah.
the finale.
Are you caught up? Yeah. All right.
It's done. It's over.
Yeah. Not
So
in Chris's
they're
one.
never, they're never gonna get
No
those finales
spoilers. No
at
spoilers.
start.
Yeah.
Never
I'm
gonna
not
happen.
caught up.
I know. I watched it during my lunch break today because I knew Haller was going to be talking about it. And YouTube, I'm already seeing the what you missed in the ending. Yes, I didn't even want to.
I can only get so excited about prequels because we know what's gonna happen. So it's you know, it's really good. I really enjoyed it, and I'll watch more of it obviously when they make more. But
Yeah.
you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Season
enough.
2.
So can I share this cuffs cutout photo real quick?
Oh, do you have it?
Oh, you
Yeah.
got it. Nice.
Yeah, I've got it. I
I've
just
not
wanted to make sure.
cleared anyone else in the photo, but no
All
one
right.
watches this. So
I,
Yeah.
it's just the single photo. So
Okay.
can you all see that?
Yes, there we go.
Oh
There's,
yeah, that's
there's
his
Vinny
best. Okay, cool.
and Kuffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very quality,
yeah.
very not dated, and yeah.
Yeah, there he is. I'm
Yeah.
holding some sort of Sony. That's probably high 8.
Nice.
Oh, that means I have video footage from this, so I'll have to find that for the next time.
Yeah, definitely want to see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now my controls are gone to like stop sharing my screen. Great.
Yeah,
job.
hopefully we can get you back at some point, Ryan.
Yeah,
you
like
guys
the
do all
the bar to like stop sharing the screen is on a fourth monitor that's not on. So hang
my
on a
God.
second. This is why we
Right.
go live, people.
Wait,
Yeah,
so did
so
you
you
do
can
all
just-
the hazing for Marcus already?
Oh yeah, we did the hazing. It was,
Yeah, we
it was
made him
making him
watch
watch
The
Kuffs
hazing involves cuffs, right?
Oh, you watched it too? That's amazing.
Yes.
and bought it.
Not only watched it, but I had to buy
Oh
it
my
first
God.
and then watch it.
That's
Yes.
great.
All right,
That's
there we
probably
go.
the cheapest disc you've ever
Forever,
bought.
forever changed. Forever changed.
So
Should have Max should be joining you. So
talk about Slater real quick. What's his
Yeah.
best movie? What's his best movie? Without thinking too hard.
Star
I would
Trek
go
6,
Heather's.
The Undiscovered Country.
Heather's
Yeah.
is up there. Pump up
Heather's
the
in the
volume.
Well, pump up the
Heathersy
volume.
wasn't, yeah, because Heathersy wasn't
Pump
the
Up the Volume.
star. You know,
Yeah.
Winona was the star, but Pump Up the Volume was clearly a Christian Slater vehicle, and that's really
Yeah.
where the sort of Nicholson persona is fine-tuned.
Yeah, for me, it's either that or True Romance, probably.
Oh, in romance, of course.
Yeah.
As far as quality of the movie, yeah, romance.
Yeah. But you're right. Like Pump Up the Volume, he is the character. Like
Yeah,
he is
yeah.
like, yeah, that movie hangs on him.
Yeah,
Kuffs
for
tries to hang the movie on him, but it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
work.
Season
No
one
one
of
could
the-
have salvaged that movie.
Season 1 of Mr. Robot is awesome too. For him.
It is fantastic. Yes.
He's going to be in Willow, right? Did I see that, or am I making that
Oh,
up?
really?
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, yeah.
Look
But he
forward to
wasn't
that.
in Willow. No.
No. But he's going to be in the new TV show.
He
Oh,
was
yeah.
great with the friar haircut in Name of the Rose. He's great in he's in Tucker, The Man in His Dream, which I love.
Robin
You've
Hood,
got
Prince
really-
of Thieves. Come
You've
on.
got Jeff Bridges with the best old movie star hair in Hollywood, and Slater up and coming with really good hair.
He's great in Star Trek 6 for about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's my
He was in
boy.
Guns, Girls, and Gambling, which was I think it was straight to video, Rotarian film from 2012. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Vinny, did you bring any LaserDiscs? Did you want to show them off? We're
Yeah,
doing
what are you
pickups.
guys up to? Pickups?
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
yeah, pickups.
not
you
too
can jump
many.
in line if you want. You
Yeah.
got seniority.
Oh, well, who's next?
Uh,
I don't
Probably
worry, I
Chris
only have
or
a few.
Hayden
only
or
have a few.
something.
or Luke or
Or Luke. Yeah.
My only full-size karaoke disc,
Oh,
because there's a Depeche Mode track on it. So Policy
nice.
of Truth is on here.
Oh, but you got Wicked
So
Game
it's-
too?
It's 90s Hits Volume 2. So
Nice.
Bobby Brown, Michael Jackson, REM, Cradle of Love, Billy Idol, Great White, Extreme, More Than Words is on here. Wicked
Oh
Game.
wow, it's
More than
Yeah.
words.
there's some
That's
jams.
why I have that.
a good one.
Did we talk about Whatnot already? Because I got a lot of.
Oh, that's coming up.
Whatnot.
We're not there
All
yet.
right, good. So I'll save that. But these I picked up there.
Oh, widescreen.
Ryan
That was
let
a
me
good pick.
sneak in and grab this for a few bucks.
I never
Yeah.
see that pressing.
Exotica, because I've never seen it.
I have it. Need to
don't
watch it.
Have the Criterion.
Yep.
It's an art house film, so the cover is a bit Criterion, so it's very misleading.
But it's, yeah,
So it's
Adam
easy-
McGoyan film,
yeah.
right?
Exactly. I got this.
Oh,
How did I
Nice.
get this? Remember? Billy Corgan was on the Stern Show, and he said he had seen this on Laserdisc, which gave him the idea for the Tonight video. I think it was Tonight.
Yeah.
So
So Billy Corgan, the owner of the National Wrestling Association.
correct. Does he
Okay,
own that?
Just want to
now?
make sure.
Yeah, similar.
And musician.
Not to be confused with Bob Mould, who wrote for wrestling. Different. But yeah, this seemed like something I should have, and it was always pretty high priced, but I found this one fairly cheap. It's a Kino Laserdisc,
Score.
oh.
Oh,
and this sealed Spetters,
Oh, nice.
sort of a fake Criterion. I always get fooled thinking it's Criterion, but it's not. It's a
I used to
Pioneer
all the
Special
time.
Edition.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Now-
I'm excited because I've never seen this. This is Paul Verhoeven's one of his first movies, right?
Yeah.
now Luke, does anyone hang dong in that film?
I
God,
don't know. You got to tell me. Yeah.
I just thought you had a collection or
Let me hold up. Let me look. Boop, 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 boop.
That's it on Laserdisc.
Oh, nice. All right.
I got other stuff, but we can wait.
Yeah, you gonna stick around with it for a little bit?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
cool. All right. Who's up? Is it you, Luke, or
Sure, I can go.
Yeah.
That's fine. So last week I went to Seattle for the first time ever. and it was a lot of fun. They had tons and tons of record stores.
Have you and Haller signed the lease for your apartment? Or?
We did. We're going to live right next door to each other, and every morning
we're going to share the same
open the window.
one-bedroom apartment.
Yeah, I'm going to open the window. Hey, Haller, I'm giving a big old hug, and it's going to be great.
And Haller starts every day with a Disney song.
Yeah.
And he screams from the window.
Let's see.
Am I singing or screaming, Vinny? We got to get the story straight.
You're just so happy you are practically screaming it.
Until I get evicted.
First one I got, this one, I had never really seen it before, but I love these like weird TV discs. I got the Mod Squad, you know.
Heck yeah.
The guy, so what?
I said, heck yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, what was it?
I said, heck yeah.
Yeah, I got the guy from Half Baked. I keep
Clarence
forgetting.
Williams III.
Yeah, I keep forgetting he was in the Mod Squad. So yeah, that's fun. Let's see. I also got a nice the remaster, the Batman the movie.
Ooh,
nice.
My daughter loves Batman. I put this on right away, and she said, "Is Robin in it?" And I was like, yes, "Robin is in it." Oh, okay, I'll watch it. So,
nice.
I also picked up a nice Ed Wood collection, Plan 9.
Hell yeah.
Got, 2 discs, 3 movies. So what more do you need, man?
I've never seen anything other than Plan 9, or all the rest are all horrible, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, you're good.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Yeah.
They were nice at the record store. Everyone in Seattle was very nice. I really fell in love with that city. Hal and I are moving there. We're gonna, like we said before, we're gonna
form a grunge band.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And do stuff.
All my family.
Wear flannel.
Yeah, you gotta work.
Let's just keep with the stereotypes. That's fine. Cool. Stereotypes. Cool.
What instrument are you going to play in our grunge band, Luke?
Say what?
What instrument are you going to play in our grunge band?
I'm going to play the harmonica. I'm
we're going to be a blues traveler like
blues grunge. Yep.
So I was looking through discs. I was like, yeah, because all their discs were in alphabetical order, and I was very impressed by that. I'm like, whoever did that, and one guy raised his hand. I'm like, thank you, that's great. To see that.
Shout out to that guy.
So he went back, and he came back with 2 things. He said, "Do you need Gremlins?" It's just I'm like, no, I don't need Gremlins, but do you need this Hellraiser?
Oh. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I need that. And I said, isn't that, the thing about this one is some of them were signed.
And some are not.
And some are not. They have different codes too, different whatever.
Different back stickers and everything, yeah.
Yep, yeah. And of course, this is the signed one. So I'm
sick.
Nice.
So yeah. Happy to get that one. And he said, it was one of those, he just like pulled a number out of his ass. I'm like, yes, that's fine. I would love it to pay for that.
Yeah, that's a tough one to find lately.
Yep.
Let's see. I also went to Scarecrow Video, which is just this massive video store in Seattle. I mean, massive anywhere, really. It is. You have 2 stories, and you just go in, and it's pretty much the motherland for all media collectors. And they're just super. I was talking to the guys, like, kind of like saying, this is amazing, right? Like, all of this is like the coolest. He's like, meh, whatever.
Yeah. My day job.
He's like, it's 2022. I work in a video store. How cool can it be?
But it was upstairs. They had LaserDisc to rent, which was amazing. Wow. And I was flipping through.
I didn't realize that. Wow.
Yeah, they had Song of the South. You want to rent Song of the South? Here you go. Yeah, whatever. Or you had, or I forget what other. Oh, they had Looney Tunes Volume 5. Like,
wow. For rent.
For rent, yeah. But the thing about Scarecrow is that the really rare videos, you have to be like vetted. Like you have to pass some test. You have to be cool enough. Like, what do I have to do? I must get on this cool list. Anyway, they also
the hazing period.
Yes, they said number 1, watch Kuffs.
Yep. 2.
Number 2,
wash our underwear.
Number 3, play harmonica in a grunge band with Chris Haller. I'm like, I got all that. I'm good to go.
Sign me up.
They had discs for sale. I picked up a few. They're all like $2. Nothing crazy. I bought the cinema disc collection of the Milky Way, Boonwell movie. There's some of these, all these are crappy pan and scan, but there's some you can't say no to the movie. This should have been a Criterion release. It eventually was a Criterion release, but not on LaserDisc. So got that one.
Well, Cinema Disc was like the generic Criterion.
Yeah, it was a poor man's Criterion.
Yeah, VHS Plus.
I've thought about going Cinema Disc complete, but there's a shit ton. There's a lot. Like,
yeah,
I have a whole shelf for you then.
I'm good. Let's see. I picked up favorite director Mike Lee. He did a movie called Career Girls.
Nice.
Picked up that one. Let's see. I've never really seen this one before, so I got it. I know. I'm sure some of you know it. Around the World in 80 Ways. Some stupid 80s movie, whatever. Picked it up. I had this one a while back. I sold it. Twin Town.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And this one was the coolest of the lot. $2. This is Cruising.
Oh, wow.
But the PAL version.
I was just gonna say
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only PAL disc they had, and it was I got to you get excited. Oh shit, it's and then it's like, oh fuck, it's PAL, and then I'm like, well, I still gotta buy it, right? Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll buy it.
Is it a PDO gold disc or?
I don't know.
Pull the disc out. We'll see if it's gold.
No, I don't want.
Do we have a way
Do
of
it.
telling?
I refuse.
How do we know?
How do we figure it out? Oh, no.
Okay, good.
It didn't look gold.
Okay, cool.
It does not
Cruising,
look like
I don't know
it's.
if you've ever seen this movie, but it's really good. It gets, it's kind of like a slasher movie, but like set in a gay bar culture, which is kind of awesome. But it's really like I heard about it for years and years, and I finally watched it on the Criterion Channel. It's a really good movie, like highly recommended. I don't know if you remember. So when I saw this, I instantly thought about that guy from a few years back on LDF that was collecting copies of Cruising. Do you remember this guy?
Sounds vaguely familiar. Yeah.
He's like, I only
watch Cruising. Yeah.
I'm getting every copy. And I wrote him real quick. I'm like, hey man, like I've got this. Do you have the PAL? And he basically said, I'm out of the game. I don't.
I'm out of the cruising game.
I've moved on with my life. Haven't you moved on yet? What is wrong with you?
I'm only collecting cuffs now.
Let's see. I got a few more. Like I said, I went to every record store in Seattle. I picked up this. I already have a copy, but it was pretty cheap, so I got it anyway. I got.
Dude,
she didn't feel like showing up.
Nice.
Yep.
That's never cheap.
You're a coffee guy. How's the coffee there?
It was good. I went to the first place I went to was the Starbucks Roastery. There's only like 7 of them in the world. I went to the one in Tokyo and I loved it. I got really hyped up on caffeine and just had a great time. And I went to the one in Seattle and it was fun. It was really good. They say you can throw a rock in Seattle and find good coffee.
Yeah.
So it's all good. The breakfast sandwiches in Seattle, fucking amazing. They have breakfast sandwiches with jelly in it. I was like, yes, all that looks good. I'll take that. Anyway, almost done. All right. I also picked up Lifestyles of the Ramones.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
Also, that's all for Seattle. This one I bought like right before. This is actually from the guy from LDF, the other New Jersey guy, the better New Jersey guy. Forget his name. Whatever.
Josh, Charles?
Randall.
Maybe. Randall.
Ooh.
Randall sounds right.
Whoa.
It's Hong Kong of Wallace and Gromit.
That's really
Nice.
sweet.
Hot.
Very cool.
It is. I was hoping it was subtitles because it's got a weird thing for subtitles, but it's not. It is dual language. You can flip
Okay.
back. Unfortunately, side B is rotted to fuck. Audio rotted, but whatever, it's still cool. All right, last 2 that I'm super proud of. I'll do this one first. Speaking of Ed Wood, okay, I got Night of the Creeps. Let's say
Oh, yes.
Japanese version Night of the Creeps,
Oh.
and I also got American version Night of the Creeps.
Excellent.
Nice.
So a buddy at work who he's an older guy, he likes horror movies. I said, oh, what do you think of Night of the Creeps? He said, I've never heard of this movie. And just kind of, whatever. And he went home and watched it, and he texted me, he said, that movie is basically like if Plan 9 from Outer Space was good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I can see that. Like, that's pretty good.
And
That's
had Tom Atkins in it.
Of course, your mom's
Tom
boyfriend. So yeah, that's your
Next year it's Atkins. Thanksgiving, right?
Atkins-giving?
Atkins diet. Thanksgiving, yeah.
Yeah, Atkins
Because
diet.
it's hard to say.
Yeah.
Cuffs works though. There's a goddamn turkey in that movie. This
Yeah.
all makes sense.
Next year we'll revisit it again and see if we might have a different perspective completely in 2023. So
I doubt it.
let's let Hayden go. You haven't been on the show for a while, and you've got a Kuffs mural scrim.
That's true. I do. Oh, I don't think Vinny got to see it.
Oh
So
wow!
let me-
Did you made this? Amazing.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Love the font too.
Yeah.
very
Everyone
street.
gets that is a Death Grips themed
Yes.
Cuffs poster. Okay, I just want to put
Yeah.
that out.
So,
That's cool.
I don't have didn't get a whole lot. These first two I actually just got because the seller that hooked me up with Kuffs had a store minimum. So I figured I'd get a few movies that I had been wanting to get. One is Zardoz, which I've never
Nice.
seen. So love this awful cover art. I've never seen this movie, but just from osmosis, I know there are better screenshots that could have been used for the cover.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's cool.
You're gonna love
The
it.
chest down. Like
I can't wait for it. I've
Yeah.
seen,
Now you
like,
know what you're doing for Halloween next year.
yeah. And then this other one I got, I've seen this on TV forever ago. It was The Birds, but I
Nice.
haven't seen it since. And real quick, I do want to show the insert because I think this actually may be better cover art than the movie itself. There's light. I don't know if you can see
Oh, no,
it.
that's
I
sweet.
see it. That's
Yeah, we
amazing.
can
see
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing.
Love the dots for eyes.
Yeah.
That's a t-shirt for sure.
yes.
And then these are a couple discs Luke hooked me up with on my latest Luke crate. He
Loot
got
crate.
me a better copy of King Kong versus Godzilla to
Nice.
upgrade my last one.
Very cool.
Got me volume 1 of Ultraman Tiga. I've never seen any Ultraman other than like a little bit of the original series. So when I do watch it, I'll have no idea what's going on. Not that it's important. And the other one he got me was Space Godzilla, which I still need the box set version to complete that set, but
Yeah.
at least now I have it. And it's weird, those 90s box sets have every other movie has like visible noise reduction and every other movie doesn't. And as best I can tell, this one doesn't have any.
Huh.
But the one before and after it do. It's really odd. Like it doesn't ruin the movies, but it's like when there's a sky or a panning shot, you can see the noise reduction. It's weird.
And that's the reissue with the digital audio, right?
This one only had digital. This is a 94
Yeah.
movie, and I think the disc came out in 96.
Yeah, because there's some like old, analog Godzillas, but
Yeah, there were the old like 54 to 75 movies got
Yeah.
issued with analog only, then got
Yeah.
digital audio. This one I picked up, Duel to the Death is a
Nice.
subtitle. I picked this up because someone on Twitter posted a scene from it, and it looked too good not
It's
to
amazing.
watch. The disc is not very good quality. It's like VHS. And the subtitles are actually more high resolution than the movie itself.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny. But sound was okay, and it's widescreen. It was still an enjoyable movie. And then this one last one here is not exactly a LaserDisc pickup. As some of y'all may know, I do illustration in addition to graphic design. And I had done an illustration for a movie that I really, really love recently, and I thought that would look good as a LaserDisc cover. So, as an upgrade to my Vestron copy of the original Godzilla, I turned it into a LaserDisc cover.
Wow.
So
Nice.
inside I've got the original.
Oh,
awesome
that's sweet.
Vestron.
Go.
That is sick.
So got
Nice.
that, and then
Custom
on the
slips.
back, and then on the back I've just got the opening quote from Raymond Burr from the opening narration of the movie. This disc is really weirdly quiet for the most part. Like I had to turn it up insanely loud to get the dialogue to be audible, but then Godzilla's roars are deafeningly loud once you get it to a listenable volume.
So like
It was
real
weird.
life then.
Yeah.
That's authenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's
that's
a business if you're willing to start it.
Yeah, custom
We're going to
laser
see
slips,
this, and they're
man.
going to start
I have-
sending you requests.
We're gonna need
Uh,
a run of custom cuffs, laser
Yeah.
slips.
Yeah, I
will
see.
hey, look, we'll put this.
Oh, yeah.
We'll use this one.
Yeah, I see Spencer in the chat already wants some LD jackets. So
Anyone can hit me up if they want them. They're not. I mean, I just work at a print shop, so you're pretty much ordering it through me, so it won't be
Right.
Yeah.
cheap. But you know,
So we
if
don't
you
have to
want it
worry
bad
about them
enough, I can do
saying
it.
this is. They won't block us by saying it's copyrighted and they can't do it.
Yeah.
That's happened to me.
Oh yeah, Staples has shut me
Yeah, yeah.
down. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
many times. So cool. Was that the last one, or
Yeah, that's
All right,
all I picked
awesome.
up. LaserDisc was.
let's send it over to Chris?
Well, luckily for all of us, because it's almost 11 p.m.
I
Eastern
know.
Standard, I have what, four things. So I'm going to show off one box that's a stand-in for an entire series. I recently acquired the complete Legend of the Galactic Heroes LaserDisc collection. It is 4 volumes of about 10 discs apiece. Plus, there's a side stories box. I believe there's actually 2 side stories boxes. I have the first. I have to really care enough about the first 4 boxes to want to buy the 6th one.
Yeah.
Basically, what this is it's tantamount to basically War and Peace in space. It was an OVA. It was only released straight to video between, I think, 89 and like 1997. This kind of production is peak Japanese bubble economy anime. For those of you that don't know, kind of the big thing was that there was just so much money flowing in Japan that it spawned the original video animation market. But each disc has its own unique artwork that is just really nice. It's very emblematic of the kind of depth of quality present in the animation of the program. It's a very lavish show. Very much one of those, they had a lot of money and they threw it into adapting these huge novels. And it's pretty good. I've watched a whopping 1 disc of the 40. So, you know, I'm making really good progress.
Nice.
But it's pretty good. The subtitles are a little wonky. There was like some fan subtitles that never got finished, and the official ones aren't very good. So it's a bit of a chore to kind of fish around. Let's see. Last time I was on this live stream, I had a stroke when, Ryan showed off that he had the non-cinemascope version of Lady and the Tramp. And then Max showed off that she too had recently acquired one, which caused most of my organs to rupture on air.
Unfortunately, he's still here.
Yeah.
Science and magic were able to put me back together. They had the technology. They, after careful consideration and pleading from Luke, put me back together. And listen, Max sold me her Lady and the Tramp.
Hype sticker and everything.
There's no mystery behind this. Max gave me a fair price. I paid it without hesitation, and now this is mine.
Cherish that. Don't crack it.
Have you watched it yet?
It would be really fucking funny if I cracked it on air being a moron.
Oh,
And then Vinny had some discs that he offered to sell me in the middle of the last live podcast.
Sure. You got the best time to sell stuff mid-stroke.
I was like, sure, this one's not really available anywhere. I'll buy that. And last year in my environmental science class, we actually talked about Biodome without watching it because we discussed the original experiment that the premise of Biodome is based on, because we did bottle biomes. And so it seemed appropriate that I would also acquire this just in case. I jokingly said, let's watch Biodome. And then
I couldn't keep those. They bring my LDDB score way down, so I had to
Yeah.
my
It's not worth
LDDB score is like 2, so who cares? And that's literally all I've got. I'm out of space, so I don't think I'm going to be vacuuming up any more boxes anytime soon. My run was good, but I'm officially out of fucking space.
There's always room. We'll find some room for you.
For those who are
trust
wondering,
me,
Chris
I will,
Haller's
but-
address is
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah.
It seems like all anime
That's
comes
nice,
in a box.
Well, I mean,
Right?
you can get single discs if you want, but
Yeah. God,
So I'll tell you
many.
what my search criteria is. I will literally just go to Yahoo Auctions and I will put in the word box.
Well, there you go.
And that is how I get, well, see, a lot of anime programs, you would send in proof of purchases for like the first 7 or the full 10 run, and they would send you a box. Or you would buy the first episode and it would come in a box if you paid extra. And then you would fill it out with the rest of the like weekly or monthly releases. So a lot of the mainstream, like bigger programs all had these boxes. Like, you know, Sailor Moon, you would buy the first one, send in all of your proofs of purchases, and then they give you a box. That's why one of my Sailor Moon seasons is missing a chunk of each of its obies. That's why like that Cowboy Bebop box
Yes.
is so hard to find, because the only people who got it bought every copy and sent in all the appropriate documentation.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And
Some of
also,
us have
most
it.
of these boxes are like 20 yen a piece. So it's like, I'm not really like hurting.
Plus shipping.
Yeah.
What? Shipping? It's a myth. It's a lie.
Max, how's your internet doing? You want to show
I
some
think
stuff?
we're doing pretty good.
Okay, good.
I think we're stable.
All right,
Okay,
hit
I'm
us.
gonna start with swag. I'm gonna start with swag.
Good.
Because this piece, we've not seen it before. It may look familiar.
Different clock?
It's a different clock. Look at this case that it's in. It's in a
Ooh.
freaking
Oh.
case.
Wow.
It's in this little like.
Huh.
Now, for comparison, we had this one, not the same.
Oh, yeah.
Not the same. And then we had this one, also not the same.
Similar.
Similar, but not the same. See, this one says LaserDisc and then also Pioneer. This one only says Pioneer.
Yeah.
But this is the closest one.
The orientation of the Earth is odd on all of them.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
probably because that middle piece moves. So they're probably not technically
Oh,
where they
yeah.
were supposed to be. It's like that's like a free floating
Oh,
piece in there.
interesting.
Is that like a
But,
flat
yeah.
Earth map?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
flat Earth.
The Earth is a laser disc.
Right? I love it. I love this. I love this case. And you could put basically any of these clocks can fit in here. It's not like just this one has to be in here. It's just like a little slot.
Yeah, that's good for a shelf. Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's really cool. And then just in time for freaking cuffs, MCA Universal logo watch.
MCA
Wow.
swag. Wow.
Yeah, it's actually like a workable watch, so I'll be wearing this.
That's sweet.
And then I got some crazy freaking discs here.
Uh-oh.
These I mean, they're all late release like trailers.
Oh, cool.
Mm.
Like this says from
2000?
2000. Yes.
Wow.
It says program must play September 1 through September 28th. And it says that it's Emperor's New Groove is on this one. And then this one's from 1998 with a bunch of
Yeah, they ran those at
Enemy of the
United
State,
Artists Theaters.
Soldier. Yeah, they're all from United Artists Theaters.
That's cool.
Okay.
And
I
then
wonder if there's any missing kids in between the trailers.
hope not.
Wow.
Oh,
99.
Tarzan, Mummy, Notting Hill. Wow.
Very
these
Yeah,
are
they're all
late
trailers.
releases.
Yeah, late
Phantom
releases.
Menace.
Yes.
Have you watched
Incredible.
Spy Who
those?
Shagged Me? No, I haven't watched them yet.
That's cool.
I would be really interested to like get a capture of what's on those.
102 Dalmatians,
One Dalmatian better.
but
Mm.
that didn't even make it to Laserdisc, right?
Don't think so.
So this is,
Canceled?
Didn't make it to
No, those are
Dreamcast.
gold. Those
Yeah.
are gold.
and then this one is the extra special, making me potentially Nick Cage complete in a new
Ooh.
way, having
Ooh.
gone in 6
Oh,
seconds
On Laserdisc.
on Laserdisc.
amazing.
Oh, yeah. There was a question. Are they pressed or burned? Are they 3M, like
Oh.
RLVs, or
Okay, we will.
are they
pull this one.
Glassmaster?
These are
Oh, pressed.
Imation.
Yeah.
Imation branding.
Oh.
But they are yeah, they're all just, they have phone numbers on them, so I won't show the phone numbers in case someone accidentally wants to call Jill.
Yeah, don't dox Jill.
Don't freaking call Jill. And then this one is got Perfect Storm
Nice.
and then No Doubt music videos.
Oh, yeah.
Remember the Titans?
102 Dalmatians. Oh, What Lies Beneath. Nice.
Yeah, there's some wild, like, that's just what people wrote on here. Like, I mean,
Does that have a store attached to it or no?
not
I feel like those
really.
would have been in like a Circuit City or like something.
They all just say, like, all the ones just say UA Theaters preview. UA
Yeah, my
Theaters.
So
my theater
I've
had
seen-
those in the lobby.
Yeah, there
And
you
they
go.
just run
It's
on
the
a loop.
United Artists Theaters.
Okay,
Yeah, they
so
ran
there's-
on. Yeah, they ran in the lobby, just kind of like how like your normal theaters have like flat screens playing trailers and
Yep.
nonsense.
No, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
give you something to
2000,
watch.
they had CRTs playing trailers with LaserDisc players. Revolutionary.
That's how you did it, buddy.
Probably just one running in an office somewhere.
All right, I'm gonna show my wild disc.
Whoa.
Yes.
Is that HK?
It's freaking
Okay.
HK, and it's got a little peekaboo for you.
I love the peekaboos. Nice.
I love it. I want to see if there's any differences on this version.
Yeah, is it even letterboxed or is it
I mean,
4 to 3?
probably not. I like. Look at it's the freaking. It's got the whole browser at the top.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
Cute touch. I like that.
It is pan and scan and not AC3.
Wow.
Ah, it's
And all,
AC2.
the, all the nudity is blurred out, so that's not fun.
All the Hanks.
Yeah. Thanks for the memories.
Ooh,
Nice.
that looks fun.
It looks crazy.
What's that coming out of the top out of her shirt?
Oh,
What is
I
that?
think it's a gloved hand.
Oh, okay.
It's a claw. Yeah.
Why would you have the V go into the word clutch?
It's evil clovage.
It's a strange movie. That's all I can say. I really don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
How many movies you made? Okay, 0. Don't worry about it.
Vinny made some delightful films.
Oh,
I've seen one of them.
Please.
It's a trauma film, so people
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh,
Dr. Laser.
Dr. Laser.
Man, that's my favorite Kiss song.
Wow.
Dr. Laser. It's apparently something software related. We
I
are
hope
not
there's like
sure, but
Wow.
I am
someone-
complete.
I hope someone
Complete.
plays a character called Dr. Laser. That would be great.
Is
I
there?
mean,
I don't know. This is all we know is that I am Dr. Laser complete.
man, I'm ditching Culturedog. I'm Dr. Laser from now on.
Please.
Good name.
I love it.
I went to laser school.
You went to Carson City.
Yeah, I did. I graduated. I'm Dr. Laser now.
So we will
Sweet.
find out what is on this because looks very fascinating to me. It just says software laser manual, so I really don't know. Okay, I'm trying to slim this down a little bit. I'll just show some must shows. Like I am Sheriff Fitness complete now.
Whoa, I never thought it'd happen.
I know, me neither.
Man,
Body
Sorry.
confidence. I have her step workout, which is actually quite the nice workout. So we will
Alright.
see what this one's like.
Ooh, resistance band.
Yeah, I know. This is a little easier. You don't have to
Yeah.
buy a step pad. Okay, what else do we got? Okay.
Nice.
Dr. Hackensack. It's not as cool as Dr. Laser, but he's close.
I mean, I got all the doctors. That's funny. Yeah, the disc is in the back, but here's the cover here.
They were definitely in med school together, though.
Yeah,
They were the duo.
they're colleagues.
Those parties were crazy.
I think they opened a practice together.
Okay, I'll show this one. I'm now American Ninja complete.
Ah, is Cher in it?
Gosh, I wish she was in it. At least we got Steve James
Yeah, hell yeah.
and Dudikoff, of course.
It's a good team up.
Okay, I'll show this one.
Nice.
Ooh,
Breeders. It's sealed, so it's very shiny. But
Yeah.
this one looks freaking nuts. Like
it's from Image. It's got to be good.
it's got to be good. And then last monstrous one I'll show.
Ooh,
Monster in the Closet, which looks incredible. He's got all the teeth.
how much teeth? Yes,
Yes,
all the teeth.
all the teeth. Actually, Deadly Spawn is on.
Oh, yeah, true.
On par with
Yeah.
teeth, but looks good. Should be good.
What if there's an alternate reality where all movie that had amazing covers, their actual movies were that amazing?
Oof.
I know. Wouldn't
That
that
would
be
be-
incredible?
Go to the video store and you get that VHS tape, and it's actually what it looks like.
Yeah,
Score.
that's all. That's all I'll show.
Nice. All right. It's only been 50 hours, but you guys ready to do some hot topics?
We're not going to talk about cuffs more.
I mean, that can be a topic if you want.
I heard
That's
Cuffs
all.
is really good.
I mean, I didn't have a ton of hot topics written down. Obviously, it's it's getting a
Penny
little
has
late.
hot topics. Though.
I know Vinny in particular started a trend that's
Oh.
laser centric. He forced, I mean, Luke forced Kuffs into our lives, and Vinny forced Whatnot into our lives.
I don't think no one's really taken the bait except Ryan.
Get it away from me.
I'm-
Flip the
Luke-
bait and
I got
quit.
one title. I got
I'm
one
out.
title from Whatnot.
Oh,
You did?
Marcus is in.
Oh,
Yeah.
what'd you get?
I got Thunder in Paradise.
Nice.
For
Wow.
like
There you go.
relatively a really good price, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So-
So,
So, yeah, Whatnot is essentially eBay, just live auctions all the time. To me, it's become sort of like a reality show. I just find it fascinating. I just sort of pop it on and just look, and not only just, I mean, basically, I'm just looking for movies, but I'll float into other random things, flea markets and estate sales. Today, there was someone selling like old dental equipment. It just fascinates me, the stuff that people are selling, how they
Yeah.
sell it.
You went deep. You were there when they had like
Oh,
a
yeah.
storage unit of mystery boxes, and people
Yeah.
would just buy them, and then it'd just be like parts of toys, and then
Exactly.
like they'd be
It's
like, just keep it.
It is an interesting business model. Obviously, they're doing really well. They're worth like $3 billion. They've only been around a few years. It seems to be growing. I don't know. I don't hear too much about it in our group. But one of the sellers, a couple of sellers actually, that we only a few guys selling LaserDiscs, obviously, and they're in the group. But it's fun to pop in there if you can get lucky where it's sort of maybe it's a new seller or there aren't a lot of people around, and you get stuff for a few bucks. I've not paid more than a few bucks for anything I've gotten. Sometimes things go way over, just like you would on eBay when people get into bidding wars. But I don't know. I just find it fascinating that it's a complete cottage industry that I had no idea about a month ago, and now it's one of the first apps I open just to sort of see if anyone's on there selling stuff. So
I think you
I've had
conned
fun with
Ryan
it.
into selling, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
You've
I think it's a
officially
great place for
approved
sellers.
to sell. I have not tried
Yeah.
yet, but it's interesting because their seller orientation, they're like, you got to go through this orientation, and then it's like a Zoom call, and people
really?
have never used Zoom, and there's
Oh my
hot
God.
mics, and it's just a mess. And then you just do a survey, and all of a sudden you're approved.
Right.
Like, what? Like, but
Yeah.
I guess it's like a hurdle they put in.
Yeah.
They say that apparently in other markets that aren't the United States, that live selling is like 30 to 60% of the market share, whereas
Wow.
like here it's very small because everyone's
Right.
like, I'll just put it on eBay and it'll sell when
Yeah.
it sells.
Right.
So just very interesting. But yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. There will be times where the seller like is selling things and I'm picking up discs for $2 a piece plus like $1 combined shipping. And I'm picking up stuff like Lone Wolf and Cub and no one's bidding against me. But like, and then there'll be like just like regular, like common-ish but good horror movies. And people go nuts and they'll go above market on like eBay because like somebody wants to win that copy right then and there because they're
Yeah.
wrapped up in it and they're not like looking around, they're just bidding. So it's
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
I happened to start looking at it in October when everything was just horror. Like that's all anyone was selling or looking for. And like I saw a CED Friday the 13th sell for like $50 to someone who no way has a CED player or can do anything with it other than look
Yeah.
at it.
Wall art. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yep.
but there are some really sophisticated sellers, and some of the categories like cards and clothing. People have hundreds of viewers, but for the most part, the stuff we're looking at is if there are 20 people in the room, it's a lot. 20, 25 people.
And the
But it's
downside
just
is
sort of background for me.
it's a show, yeah. Because I mean, there was one night I think I watched 3 movies, and you were still watching the same Whatnot guy.
Oh yeah, someone goes on, you're on there because some of them are good sellers and some just want to settle in and they're there for 4 or 5 hours. Some people will post what they're going to sell, so that's great because then I can just go through and see, there's nothing there, or I might spot something good and I'll wait around for that to come up.
And Luke, didn't one guy get mad at you that you like just bought and left and you didn't hang out for the whole show?
Yeah, that was the whole thing. I thought I was being polite. I said, "Okay, I got what I want. See ya."
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh man, what a rude thing to say." I quit Whatnot. I was on there and I was doing it pretty hardcore. But yeah, I have an addictive personality, like I think we all do. And
Yeah.
it was just like I'm watching Whatnot for like 3 hours, and I'm like, I could be watching movies. Like I want to watch movies, not watch Whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm East Coast, it's basically just if I'm sitting there watching TV or something, it's just on my phone. I'll glance down and I'll
Ignoring
see
the
something
family.
come up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're asleep at this point, and I'll see something come up that I want. Well, I'll show you when I do my pickups. So basically, every Blu-ray in front of me came from Whatnot for the most part.
So I'll say that, like Luke said, that we all have kind of have addictive tendencies. That's why I'm so aggressively against being exposed to an app like Whatnot, because I just know
Oh yeah.
that I would just get lost in it. My vices are so apparent. Whatnot,
But there's
would
you
crush
can't
me.
get in too much trouble with LaserDisc, so that's good because there isn't a ton out there, and for the most
problem
part,
is that
you've got
they-
everything.
I'll find other.
I mean, what are you
things
going to be
spend
picking up?
money on.
Ornaments, Christmas ornaments from a garage sale, Legos, Lego minifigures.
There's
I don't know what
probably a
other
cottage
vices you
industry for
have.
that.
I will
for
say this
Legos.
about Whatnot. So go ahead. There's a record store down the street from me. It's a very punk rock record store. And he wrote a sad post the other day. He's like, I'm 50 years old. I want to die on the road. This store is going under. And I went to him. I said, hey man, like there's this app called Whatnot. Like you can make some money. And he was looking into it. He's like, yeah. I think you just saved the store. I'm like, it's a Kuffsgiving miracle, everybody. Yeah.
Normally, you have to have a concert to save a store, or like
I know.
some sort of dance off. Or
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, but it is. If you have a ton of stuff, you can get that stuff moving. Like
Yeah, especially if a record store or a thrift shop and 3 people are coming through the door in a day, suddenly you could do a show for 5 hours and sell a ton of stuff to people would never have a chance to come in your store.
Marcus, are you still watching it, or did you just buy that one thing from?
No, I logged on just for that one thing. It was a seller in LDF. I think he sells every Saturday. I don't recall his name.
Oh yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I had to watch that thing for like 2 hours for him to finally get to the title that I
Yes.
wanted. It's
Well,
like
that's
I
the
wasted
trick.
a whole Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, he's a slow seller. There's some guys who just like 20 seconds, start the bids, and just keep moving and moving, which is good.
Yeah,
But there are deals to be had. I think there were like
For sure.
16 people in the room when I was there,
Mhm.
and didn't have to pay much for it, which was nice.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for
started
Vinny to
thinking-
buy the app now, Elon style.
So the funny thing is,
started
I
thinking,
went.
like I'll just buy it on
I-
eBay and save my time. Fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah, I brought you guys all into that first show because I had targeted the disc. It turned out I already had, which I never do. I don't know how I ended up with 2. I think we talked about it last time. So I have 2 dead ringers now.
Yeah.
CLD. For
Good job.
reason, but-
All right, and I take it everyone else has not dabbled in the Whatnot. Nothing, Hayden, Tyler,
no.
Max, no.
I refuse because I know I would destroy myself.
No, you're probably saving yourself hours and hours of.
I'm
I'll
just
get
too
there
lazy to
I
eventually.
got this on
download
Whatnot.
You could have
Oh, did
George's
you?
Island, Chris.
It cost me
Max,
What?
you'd really up on
$3.50
Whatnot.
with shipping.
You should probably start selling on Whatnot. It'd be
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
that would
guys
probably be good for
sure.
your store.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look into it. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Didn't look at it at all. I've just
Ryan's
heard-
already
It's
been through the ringer, so he can
Yeah,
kind of help you out.
Yeah.
you would make a killing because a lot of it is like your articulating of personality. That's half the battle. A lot of it, most of the sellers don't even show their faces, but a lot of them, who are more photogenic might, they'll do a whole little song and dance, or they'll have a split screen.
Damn. Okay.
So I think that would totally help you sell stuff.
Okay.
I mean, people are buying like common things like Alien and movies that like we all probably have because we've been collecting forever.
Sure.
But
I have a
that's
lot-
what like a lot of people and whatnot are looking for are like the more common ones. They're not looking for George's Island.
And they're not picky about widescreen or special editions. Like I saw a guy pay like $20 for The Wall, like the pan and scan MGM copy of The Wall.
Ugh.
Again, just wall art, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. It is.
And there's
I
some
mean,
people are like, yeah, now I got to find a player, and I'm like, you're
Yep.
doing this backwards because like
Right.
the discs are somewhat easy to find. The
Yeah.
good players, they're a little work.
Mm.
They're out there. They're definitely out there, but
Yeah, is anybody actually selling electronics like players and things on Whatnot?
They'll mention it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll mention it. I went into an electronics one night, and it was like watching Crazy Eddie. They had over like 200 people there, and I could not keep up with the screen. Like the bids, like they'd put it up for like $10 and it would be at like 200 in seconds.
Oof. Wow.
And a lot
So-
of that's just resellers who are just going to keep moving that stuff along. the
Yeah,
line.
yeah.
So Chris on Facebook commented he just sells so he can buy more on Whatnot.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And I get it. Like, yeah.
Which Chris? Chris with a K?
Yeah, Chris with a K.
Oh, I think that's
So many Chris's.
Yeah, he's
that might
definitely
be,
one of the sellers I bought from.
Truly Phoenix, probably.
Yep.
Yeah, he has good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So
There you go. Well, thanks, Vinny, for bringing that into our lives.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Spencer should be there because no one takes the old man stuff.
oh my
Actually,
god,
yeah, that'd
Spencer
be
could buy
perfect.
his entire collection for $2 a
Yeah,
piece.
MGM OMDs. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
And they'll have
Love
like the later ones will show up too, like that are just like nice widescreen remasters from the mid to late 90s, and you're like,
Yep.
that's probably worth, $20, and it's like no one's bidding. You're
Nope.
just like
It's not Friday the 13th, bro.
rotted,
Yep.
pan and scan, beat to hell, Friday the 13th.
Speaking of horror, Don Coscarelli posted his Laserdisc collection and CLD D704 on his Facebook page this past week. So you
Cool.
Phantasm fans
That's
can be
cool.
all
Nice.
excited.
I hear Carpenter's selling more stuff too. He's selling like his They Live glasses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We know some people that got the Laserdisc that he was selling. So it was pretty cool.
Weren't they like $100 though? They're like crazy expensive for like
Not bad
comics.
for a signed Carpenter.
Yeah, it was
came
like
from his
three
hands.
discs
Yeah.
maybe and one signed.
He's going to
So-
sign a movie that he didn't direct, and that's cool. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
guess
Well, I
that-
think there
that's
was like
pretty
one
great.
that he did, and then like two
Mhm.
others or something.
Yeah,
Like,
that were influential, but I mean from his personal collection. So
yeah,
it would
so
be
it was
be
cool.
Yeah.
It's no Frank Sinatra Jr., but
I know. There you go. So so there was all sorts of laser nerds from LDF on Don Coscarelli's post. Like, yeah, man, I still got my player. So it was pretty cool that he showed off his stuff. And
Marcus are still our top poster. He was up there for a while.
Yeah,
Really?
I haven't looked recently.
Am I?
I haven't looked.
You
yeah,
were
who's number one?
No one's
Let's-
ever
let's-
proud. to
You've
be
you've
number
never
one.
you've never told me this, Vinny. I had no idea.
Oh, this is where we give you the trophy, right? This is the
Gosh.
It's,
I
I don't know if
accept.
it's
Thank
something to
you.
be proud of.
Yeah,
or not.
usually we don't
'cause
wanna be-
I
we
used to
don't
be a
wanna be
top
number one.
poster, so
well, after we give you the trophy, it's an intervention. So
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
They don't count us as
Well,
We all care
I
about
hope
you.
My content, I hope my content drives good conversation, that sort of thing.
Sure,
So.
Yeah.
for sure.
Although I must say, since we're on topics, if anyone else posts about cheap DVDs or DVDs in general on my posts, I swear, every time I post, well, you could have got that on DVD for like $3.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand what kind of group you're in?
Right.
Exit stage left. Get off my post.
never gets old. I mean, it
So
does get
annoying.
old. Yeah.
It's so annoying. I had to tell one guy to knock it off. I hope he's watching right now on YouTube or Facebook.
This is-
So, I was
Talk
like,
to
chill
you,
out,
buddy.
man.
Yep. That Lake Placid, you could have gotten that on DVD. Yeah.
Right.
They're
Yep.
just downloading it off the internet for
Yeah.
free.
Or you could have it on a
Anyways, once you
Laserdisc.
get number one, they give you a trophy and then ban you for life, right?
It is. There's been a lot of number ones that have kind of burned out that
Oh,
we
my
haven't
God,
run
yeah.
across again. So
Marcus, you're number 2 right now, but you had
Oh,
the
nice.
number 3 post of the month. It was your
Very good.
outrun video. I think it was
Yeah.
the Sega one.
What,
People
like
were
the
like
Outrun
really engaged.
Laserdisc? I've got that right here.
yeah, the playthrough one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe I should post more often.
There you go.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could be number
Yeah,
one.
I was shocked so many people reacted to that. But yeah, it's a cool dish.
Who usurped the throne? Who's number one now?
Our Titan AE guy is number 1 right
Oh,
now.
JD. Wow, you got competition, Marcus. Kick it up.
Is this the kid that bought Titan AE for like
Yeah.
$900? Oh
Sure
my
is.
gosh.
Yep.
He's got 20 discs. One of them is Titan AE or something.
Right, right.
And he ripped it and put it up on the archive.
I downloaded it.
He
I got
did.
it.
He did. He was very proud of himself for that.
Yep.
Yes.
No,
it's
that was-
And he
legendary.
ripped it in S video.
I have done the legendary. I think was
I've
the
done the
post.
legendary.
Yeah, it was perfect. That was on my list as well.
He
Someone
ripped
did
it
the
in
legendary.
S-video.
Sick rips.
What else is going on? Oh, Ryan wanted to talk about Record Store Day. Now it's still 12-inch related because
Yeah.
in a couple days we have Black Friday and
Yep.
there's a bunch of
yeah.
exclusive records on the market. What are you getting, Ryan?
I was just pulling up the list to remember what I was getting or not getting.
Mhm.
And I remember being somewhat excited, but also not excited at all. I don't know.
Gratitude.
I've
Don't you-
Not
probably
every day
just
of
done
my
this
life.
enough
Like,
where
Aren't you
don't
going to be
care,
like
but I care.
outside the record store? Isn't that you? Like,
Yeah, even if he doesn't care, he'll be out there at 4 a.m.
yeah, I mean, there's a Doors release that I'll probably get because I'm a glutton for punishment. There was something really stupid that I'm like, oh my God, I have to get this because I'm stupid. And that's probably what I'm going to wait for.
We're all
I
here.
just got to
because
figure
we're
out what it
stupid.
is. You guys can carry on and I'll tell you
I'm
what the
stupid.
4 choices.
Brian, I think that's the only real thing we share is a love for the Doors.
Yeah.
I learned that on the last podcast actually when you had the I think the LA Woman sessions, right?
Speaking of which, Thanksgiving film.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes, sure.
Someday I
So-
will put that in my player. I have that
Yeah,
box.
Yeah, I got that.
My copy of that box was chewed by a dog, so like the top
Wow.
corner of it is just done.
Wow.
Wait a
Ow.
minute. Is that a lenticular cover? Is that
It is a lenticular cover. Hold on.
So okay, we said before that the only lenticular cover was the Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah.
No, now
Good
we know.
point.
There's also a big
Oh,
Ultraman
yeah.
box that's lenticular.
Which
Man.
one?
There's a big Ultraman box where the whole front cover is lenticular. It's Ultraman
you
zooming
mean-
in.
You know what? You mean
It's like we don't even know anything, even though we have all these discs.
God.
you mean the one I've got right here? Is
Oh.
Wow, look at this lenticular
Whoa,
cast.
Yeah.
Wait,
Nice.
where's my Pinocchio?
So
It's like
But
That's
show
that's
them
lenticular
all.
lenticular. That's
completion.
crazy. I've never seen one of those before, except
Except
this
for the one I
behind
have.
me.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Our lenticular time.
Crazy.
Christ. We're on one tonight, folks.
Yeah. Anyways,
We're digging
yeah,
deep.
I'll probably get a couple things. There's a Devo related single, so I'll probably end up grabbing that. And yeah, there's some novelty stuff, Cheech and Chong.
I'm gonna grab the Ted Nugent Spirit of the Wild because it's never been on vinyl.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's got Fred Bear on it. I mean, just classic '90s jam.
Look at the Motorhead, the Brand Fairy, probably Duran Duran for my wife. So she's a
Yeah.
big fan. So
I feel like a
Rock
lot
and
of them
roll
like
Hall of Famers. Duran
yeah, I
Duran.
just started watching the HBO has
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I saw the Duran
Iron-
Duran one so far.
Iron Man.
No.
What's the word? Inducted them. Robert
Yes,
Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. Now, Luke, you generally don't go out and buy all these newfangled repressings, right? You
No, I
the
don't.
prints, or they-
I'm really more of a used vinyl guy. I don't know. Very rarely do I buy any new pressing at all. Yeah. So I haven't even looked at the list. I'm not gonna.
All right.
Yeah.
Anybody else going out, or is it just us knuckleheads?
My local store. When is Record Store Day? Is it this weekend?
It's Black Friday. Yeah.
Oh, it is. All right. Well, my local guy's just doing a huge sale for the weekend, so I might go check it out. See
Is
if
your
my
bookstore
son
doing
is
anything?
Suddenly, no. For us, it's just we call it Friday.
Friday.
It's the
It's regular
opposite.
Friday,
Bookstores don't get busy till like the last week because everyone knows that last minute they're always going to find something there. So
Yeah.
And around here, people tend to go home for the holidays, so it gets kind of quiet this weekend. But then, that last week or two of the rush.
Cool.
you don't do anything for Small Business Saturday or anything like that.
Yeah. We talk about it. We have story times and whatever, but it's not. We have Independent Bookstore Day, which is a little bigger. Actually, in Brooklyn, they're doing like a small business crawl. Sort of get a postcard and get it punched at every store, and then you get some stuff at the end, that kind of thing.
Very cool.
But every industry is trying to capture that Record Store Day magic, and it's not easy. We even tried it with movies. Did okay because we just made every ticket like $3 for it was like National Cinema Day or something, and it did okay, but you had to mark down the ticket price. But now Record Store Day is a real unique thing.
All right. Any other hot
Usually
topics?
unique.
Or?
I feel like Record Store Day is kind of a burnout at this point.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Taylor
because there's no
Swift
Taylor
ruined it.
Swift.
Just burning out Ticketmaster. Don't worry.
Anyways, all right. So before we go into our non-LaserDisc pickups, do you guys have any final hot topics or burning feelings? No? All right.
LaserDisc versus DVD. Which one's better?
Oh man, we don't have time for this conversation.
Yeah. Anyways,
There
so
was-
yeah,
There was
Oh.
the Calyx discussion of
because
How
Sean
much weight?
posted a shelfie.
yeah.
and-
Oh yeah.
It went sideways because
No.
someone
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
said, of course, that it's gonna collapse, and it
Is
made
that,
him
is that
nervous.
tested for 1,000 pounds? Oh my God.
Has not collapsed.
Yeah.
And then I said,
Yeah.
have you ever known of, seen, or of one of those ever collapsing? Because I've never ever heard of that.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
oh well, I have a 5-year-old, and you always got to be worried about stuff, and fear doesn't take place in reality. What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
guys?
It's like the razor blades in the apple. It's never
Yeah.
happened.
We did the Google images. There's about 4 images of collapsed calyxes, and they're all assembled the wrong way, which is
Yeah.
why they collapsed.
Right.
They
Right.
could
was
be
one-
knockoffs.
That looked, I don't know, but it didn't even show the full frame of the units. I don't even know if it was attached correctly at the sides or what happened, but
Or there was
Probably
an
wasn't
earthquake.
wall
Yeah.
bracketed.
yeah, that's the other thing. If it's bracketed, if it's anchored, Max, recommends putting up back sheets.
Plywood that shit. See, I got
Yeah.
a little plywood on even these. These are metal, and I
Mm.
plywooded these.
Yeah. I mean, everyone makes fun of them being, just simple paper and, kept together with hopes and dreams. But when I took apart one that I wasn't going to be bringing to my new apartment, at my old apartment,
Good luck.
that thing, I could have tried for a while to actually destroy it, and it was not coming down. Yeah. I
I mean,
had to,
I took one apart in front of Jean-Claude Van Damme, and it was difficult.
He's like, wow, you're really strong.
Wow,
I can't believe it.
That's really a good job.
Yeah. It's funny because it's really just held together by gravity and just design.
Dowel,
But
dowel
yeah.
rods.
dowel rods, yeah. But once it's together, it's
Yeah.
pretty solid. So
Wait,
Yeah.
gravity? Is that like magnets?
it is.
Yeah.
ICP told me about those. Yeah. All right, let's get physical. This should be pretty quick for me because I didn't get a lot of it. Oh, I didn't load my physical
Mm.
little title card. Who cares? It's free. It's fun.
Gotcha.
We're going crazy tonight. Of
Just
course,
play the song because whatnot. Everybody watches movies and plays.
let's
music.
get physical.
I did a MIDI of that in the one episode of this show that I edited, and it didn't make
Oh,
it
yeah?
there, if I recall.
Oh yeah, I
You don't have
extract
Final
all anything that's copyrighted. Anyways, of course I bought a Blu-ray. It's Kuffs. You should get it. It's got a commentary track. So if you,
Slipcase?
what's that? No slip.
Slipcase?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Maybe first edition had slip, maybe.
What's the point if there's no
Yeah.
slip?
But commentary
even
track,
watch
baby.
that?
I watched it.
What's it?
Commentate.
Wait, you can watch it without the slip?
It's 1080p, baby.
Whoa.
I watched it on my screen, projected full Kuffs in proper original theatrical aspect ratio. It's got a scintillating commentary from the director and producer.
That movie
Converse-
any good? Is that a good movie?
It's fantastic. You should watch it immediately after this, podcast.
Did somebody say cuffs?
Who's
Kuffs.
the
And then-
director? Spielberg? Or is it Marcus?
The director is indeed Spielberg, but he's pretending to be Bruce A. Evans. It was
Spielberg
That's-
directed,
that's
Scorsese
Scorsese.
produced.
Scarface or
that's his nom de plume there. So then of course just the regular Disney stuff. I had to get a copy of Thor: Love and Thunder and 4K.
You get that
And
through Movie Club?
I did, as
Oh.
I did with Lightyear, of course.
I got both of those, and then I was like, I gotta cancel both of these movies. I did not pick either one.
Technically, this is also Laserdisc centric, but it's a CD. But it's a CD video. Yukihiro
Ooh.
Takahashi.
Ooh.
It's a member of Yellow Magic Orchestra. I'm trying to get.
Mm.
It's gold, so that's pretty cool. Pony Canyon. So it's got a. You probably can't see the goldness very well, but
nice.
so grab that. And what else? Did I get any books or vinyl? Oh, I think I got some records. Luke sent me some. Nothing too much, but some Devo stuff. UK, Are We Not Men? We Are Devo. He had already sent me the picture
Yeah.
disc, but of course you need to have the on picture disc black vinyl.
I don't remember any of this.
Yep. And you also sent me a bootleg. San Francisco
I do remember. No, I do remember. Yeah.
from 1978, maybe. Yeah, it doesn't say, but it's got this wild right up on the back. Thanks, Luke.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, he also sent me some Japanese metal bands. Tilt. Check out the teeth on this one.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
The beast in your bed.
Oh,
Look at the back. You got to look at the guys in the back. Look at how.
oh my god.
Yeah, look at these dudes.
Oh.
Yeah,
I need
Those are
this.
dudes. Wow.
yeah,
That's amazing.
Metal and teeth?
yeah. And then this one's pretty wild too. I forgot the name of the band. It's like Say Common 2 or something like that. It's like
Oh.
that's pretty.
oh.
It's almost like Manowar. That guy's. I don't know what he's
Oh.
like. Heads up. He's like, yeah, I'm so cool. Holding this
Nice.
candelabra. Look at these guys. They're fun.
Look at
Oh,
God.
gosh.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's good times. They got double images like Cynthia Rothrock. So
Is that Kiss?
I know.
It looks like Vinnie Vincent's makeup.
Yeah.
yeah, good point. Yeah,
Couldn't figure out.
yeah. Look
what
at
to
this
make
guy.
him.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
pretty good. And oh yeah, Ryan sent me a Smiths record. Thanks, Ryan.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I was thinking of that the other day because a song from that came on, and I love that album. That might be my favorite Smiths record. It's their last one. And I
Nice.
started to think of bands whose last record might be their best. Synchronicity.
There you
that
go.
one. I'm sure there's others, but that's just what came to mind.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I got. Everything else was LaserDisc lately. Oh, I got some CDs and stuff. Oh, yeah, finally. Sorry, one last one. Yorma sent me a CD of a Finnish band called Stone. The graphics are really, really wacky, but it's really good. They even have a song in here. It's from late 80s that sounds almost like identical to Enter Sandman. So I'm like, Metallica definitely must have heard this. But this is like a 90s reissue. But I just love the graphics. It looks like someone drew that on their like math book or something in high school. So yeah, thanks to Yorma for that. And the chocolate and the LaserDisc. Now I'm done for real. What do you got, Ryan?
I picked up a few things, just impulse buys and whatnot.
Marcus, when he says a few things, you can go like if you have to go to the bathroom or you got to.
Oh yeah, we got 30 minutes here. I know.
Yeah.
So I got the Slinger cut of Cyborg.
Wow.
So our boy Albert Pune, who's not doing well. So best of luck to him. He found a work print copy of Cyborg before they butchered it and made it less good. And so he scanned it. It's like a telescene that he scanned. So it's a little rough in spots, but they put it together with the Blu-ray footage. And this is a Spain release because I don't know how legal it is in the States to like actually release, but it's pretty interesting. I watched the first half so far, and you go from Blu-ray to like up-res telescene that's a little rough in spots, but you get a little bit different cut. So if you like Cyborg, Stone Cold Classic,
Amazing.
this is a nice way to experience it because it has both versions.
Is it better than the Snyder cut or no?
Oh, he did this way before the Snyder cut. Snyder ripped him off because he's the industry pioneer.
Of course.
The Pune in here.
Yeah. I got a few things from Vinegar Syndrome besides this amazing Halloween t-shirt that says Vincent on it. Here we go.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Nice.
That showed up in November.
Oh.
Anyways, I got Fair Game, which is an Aussie exploitation film. Buried Alive.
Cool.
The Amityville Horror.
4K. Yeah.
Ooh.
Some sweet Hong Kong Iceman Cometh.
Cool.
I think. No, this one's not. It's hard to keep track which ones are 4K because they're not all. Got Mutant Hunt.
Nice.
Which has the hilarious. Trying to figure out where it's at. Maybe it's not on the. It's on the inside of it. It says Mutant Hunt because they had a graphic error that made it to print. Got some Don the Dragon Wilson, Red Sun Rising.
Oh.
Unmasking the Idol. And this amazing film, KFC. I have not watched it yet, but it's a Vietnamese cannibal film.
Whoa.
So I'm looking forward to watching that.
Like Kentucky Fried Chicken connection there, or no?
Yeah, like it has something to do with a restaurant serving it. It was like a chicken restaurant. It's
Officially
you
sponsored,
obviously
right?
probably couldn't have made it in the United States and got away with it, like kind of thing. I picked up the Gates of Hell and Psycho from Texas. This is like a grindhouse double feature, so the cuts are a little scratched, but it's also glow in the dark, so kind of a cool pickup.
Who made that one? I think
This is Code Red.
Code Red.
Wow.
Code Red and Dark Force. So the Dark Force guy is
that a new scan or what? What is that of Gates Felt? Like what's this?
It's like a scratched up, like beat up print you'd see in like a drive-in. Like it's got a drive-in.
Yeah, the
you
logo
watch them
there.
both,
Yeah.
And it has like
Gotcha.
the
trailers
bumpers that they played between, where like you go to the lobby and they're trying to get you to get snacks and like get a Coke and all that
fun.
crap.
That's rad.
So really cool release. And if you like these films,
What?
yeah,
Fulci.
Fulci forever. I got this movie. It's
Yeah.
4K.
Wait, wasn't she in Cuffs?
Yes, world
Yeah,
famous
yeah.
Cuffs actress.
yeah, this was before or after Cuffs when this made her famous.
When she was
When she was
age.
10. It was before Cuffs. She was.
All right, a few more. I picked up a lot of crap, I think. I don't know. Vinegar Syndrome has some stuff going out of print, so these ones are going out of print.
Oh.
including my chauffeur.
Nice.
One.
The werewolf versus vampire woman. No
Nice.
clue. This was in my subscription, and it is 4K. Yes. So,
Ooh.
Moon of the Wolf,
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
VSA, and a few more. I swear, there's only a few more. Got Texas Chainsaw
Ooh.
2.
Sexy slip.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Digibook.
this is an amazing treatment, and it is 4K.
Hmm.
So,
Wait, is that
they
two
went all
slips?
out on the movie.
Double slip.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
double
that
slip.
Oh my god. They did not do 2 slips.
Oh yeah, you have the box and then the slip.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
When you have quality movies,
Yeah.
I'm going to show this without the slip cover because I can't show the slip cover.
Hmm.
Don't open till Christmas.
That one's so good.
So I haven't seen that yet.
Oh my god.
there's the
Top
back
of your
of the
list.
slip
Top
cover.
of your list. Watch that immediately. It's incredible.
You can look that up on their website on Black Friday because it's down until the big sale. Just a couple more. I'm
Okay.
trying to get through all these. Amityville Curse. This
Ooh.
was a Canadian release, sold out already with the slipcover because people buy movies for the cardboard, not to actually watch them.
That's a collectible factor.
Yeah. Otherwise, like it's trash. Luke sent me Superman. Thank you.
Wow.
Man, that's
Um,
awesome.
Yeah, this is like an Aussie film, so looking forward to that.
A cameo by who is it? God damn it. The author Basinski? No. Whatever. Bukowski.
Bukowski's in there.
you go.
Charles Bukowski, yes.
Yeah.
Makes a cameo for some reason.
Picked up a couple things for Halloween that I didn't get to this year. So
Wow.
first is I bought a vampire motorcycle.
Wow.
As did we all.
Yeah, didn't you? And it's got Anthony Daniels of C-3PO fame.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Parasite in 3D.
Wow. That's a good movie too.
Jack Frost and Jack Frost 2.
Yes.
And this is the
Two?
fixed version of Jack Frost 2 because there was like I think it was number 2 that there was a big issue with where like they got a censored cut and like got it all the way to press and people were like, this is not the right version. So like they had to like reissue them and then they reissued the movie. It's like a big deal.
Bring on the Pune cut.
Yeah, exactly. Got some punage. Deadly Force with Wings Hauser.
Wow. Yes.
Dementia 13. Nice
Sick.
director's cut. This is
Best drop.
this is highbrow. This is a Coppola, and it's not.
Wow.
Nick Cage,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if you like The Godfather, you'll love that.
and then I was buying air filters at Menards, and in the Midwest, that means you can buy Blind Fury on VHS / Blu-ray for $4.99 because that's what happens at Menards in the
Mhm.
Midwest. And then I got like 4 records.
Okay.
I did go to Walmart. I'm not going to show any of those off. I got a couple things because they were all really cheap. But what I did get was some sweet hair metal.
Wow.
Yes.
That thing sold out immediately. There was like 1,500 of them in like worldwide or
I was
3,000.
surprised they even had that at Walmart.
I love
That was not at Walmart.
I was gonna say, Jesus.
My store had a sale a little while back, so I picked up the Divine Comedy by Mila Jovovich at
Wow.
half off. So it cost me
Boobs.
$15.
Cuffs?
Yeah,
Wouldn't you cuffs?
This is high art though.
that's
so-
art boobs. Yeah, we can get
Yeah,
away with
art
that.
boobs is allowed.
Yep.
This is her
Does she
solo
perform
album.
the
It is
theme
not
from
good,
Cuffs?
but I picked it up.
Yeah, is the theme
Because-
from Cuffs on there?
It does. It has the theme.
This
from
is
Cuffs.
not good, but I picked it up. Ryan's fucking.
I picked up this
Ooh.
reissue.
Yes.
I pre-ordered this from their website because they had like this finally came into print. So really hard to find this album until then because
Yep.
they never
What is
do
it?
like full runs of it. It seems they just like release so many and then it's out of print.
Yep.
And then one last
What
thing.
was that?
Queens of the Stone Age, their first album.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was Queens of the
Such a
Stone
good
Age.
album.
And then I finished, I think, unless they come out with the last album, the Run of Sabotage
Wow.
album.
Man, yeah, you're like
And
Sabotage
this
full.
one's lenticular. I don't know if it's going to show up.
Wow.
But
Lenticular.
yeah, there we go.
cast.
The waves are like breaking against the ship.
Wow.
Lenticular giving.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I went all out. I picked up their entire run. Cost way too much because they were all imports, but like you can't get the original pressings for anything less than like $300 or $400, some of them. So I figure I'll get the repress in 2 years when they're all out of print. They'll be $300 or $400 like everything else.
Nice.
So yeah, that was it.
Wow.
couple
Right.
of things, like 2. Luke?
Yeah, what do you got, Luke? Anything?
Yes, I have a lot. A lot.
Well, keep
I'll
it
do
brief.
Say what? You know what? Fuck you.
Put your briefs on.
Okay, I'll be right back. A few movies first. Let's see. I stopped buying bootleg VHSs, but some guy was selling some, and I picked them up. This nice Firewalk with Me.
Ooh.
I think it's a
nice.
extended version of it. I put it in yesterday. It looks terrible. Whatever. The best movie of the year, Barbarian. I don't know.
Nice.
Yes.
Barbarian. Nope. Best movies of the year. Vinny. Fight.
Terrifier too.
It's pretty great.
No, I like both those movies.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Next up in Seattle, I got this one for, actually, I'm going to keep that because Sam might show it later. You know, I'll show it now. Got a nice Devo bootleg for Sam there.
Excellent. Thank you.
I'll send that to him a little bit.
Yeah.
After I burn copies for myself. I picked up Sam's favorite movie, Royal Tenenbaums on Blu-ray.
Got a
It's a
tattoo
beautiful movie.
right here.
Yeah, I sure you do.
Tenenbaums tat.
Picked up this nice 88 Films release of Disciples of Shaolin.
Nice.
Nice kung fu action. And I picked up this guy. I've been looking at it. So the Shaw Brothers box on Arrow is maybe the best thing ever. Like I remember being out with my, out wherever I was, and I text my wife, I'm like, all I want to do is come home and watch fucking kung fu movies with you and watch the Shaw Brothers. Nice 8-diagram pole fighter. This seems to be like their test run. They put, this is just like one of the movies in the box set, same setup and everything, but they just put it a single disc. Good stuff. So this one is this guy, Gold Ninja Video, who I've been buying from, Canadian guy, Canadian nerd. He put out these two, which is Revengeful Swordsman and let's see, Thrilling Bloody Sword. And it's interesting because he did film transfers himself. These are burned Blu-rays here, but he made the transfer himself for these two crazy Taiwanese movies, and I had to get those. So yeah.
Cool.
All right, so that's it for the movies. Here comes.
He does
the
good work
records.
too. Like,
You have some of the stuff? You got some?
yeah, I've got I think it's the Holy Virgin versus the Evil Dead.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one's
it's
gorgeous. Like, he did a really good job.
yeah, and they're usually every Blu-ray has 3 movies on there. There's like the main movie, another movie that's kind of related, and there's a hidden movie. And every one, there's always a hidden Easter egg, full movie.
Really.
I love it. Like, I feel like that's what we should be doing. Like, as movie fans, we should be doing stuff like that. He makes his own commentary track on there. It's a lot of fun.
Oh,
I think I have did he do the Jackie Chan one as well?
He did do all the fake Jackie Chan movies.
Yeah, I've got that one as well. That's really cool.
He did the Terminator Ninja one with that's director. Oh, that one director that makes, I forget. Never mind. I'll think of it later. Yeah, a lot of fun. All right, going into records. Like I said, I went to Seattle last week. I picked up a lot of stuff. I don't like many modern bands, but I really like these guys. Mets.
Yes.
Picked up this nice 7-inch Canadian band. They're a lot of fun. Picked up this. I was at a punk store and I said, "Can I look at the Nirvana, the Faust, and the Agoraphobic Nosebleed?" And he said, "Oh yes, because those are 2 things people store all the time." They cover up the blues on there. Got a nice Agoraphobic Nosebleed 7-inch.
Cool.
Picked up this nice Sub Pop Beach Boys. I guess when the box set came out, they officially licensed this one just to test it out. And so it's got a nice stereo mix and a nice vocals only track on there, and the stereo backing track, which is kind of basically instrumental. Picked up this one. This song will change your life. It's the Shins. This is New Slang. This is the original blue vinyl of it when it originally came out for the Singles Club.
Nice.
Yeah. The guy, one of the record store guys said, "Yeah, I worked at Sub Pop for 20 years and I just opened the store." And he's like, "Yeah, that's my personal copy." He said, "Cool, I would like to have it." Been listening to a lot of Melvins. Melvins, they're an amazing band. Like they came out before grunge, kind of. They're a Washington band. Kurt Cobain he's supposedly on one of the Houdini album. He's got a good quote about the Melvins, like they were the past, present, and future of music. I'm like, fuck yeah, they are. They're just amazing. This is my favorite Christmas album. It's called Eggnog. This is the original 10-inch of theirs. Just like, I mean, just killer doom metal. Like it's amazing stuff. Picked up this one. This is an original of Lysol. So it's called Lysol, and of course they got sued immediately. You can't call it Lysol. And so this one has it says Lysol underneath, but they just put black electrical tape over it, and so this one has the electrical tape over it. Amazing album. Like, oh my god. I mean, it's doom metal. Like, it's really just slow churning, but I love it. This one is probably their worst album. It's called Prick, and it's Melvin's. Oh wow, it's actually spelled backwards because they were still signed to Atlantic at the time. So all Melvin's is spelled backwards on the cover. Prick. They wanted to call it Cobain, but they said, oh, it came out after he died, and they said, oh, we don't want it to be a tribute to him, so they called it Prick instead. This is probably their worst album because it's just like sound collage stuff. It's not great. That's all my Melvin stuff. But let's see what else I got. Oh, shit ton more. All right, this is one called Portland Bike Ensemble. It's an album that was made entirely from bicycles, so that's great. Sounds of bicycles.
Nice.
This one is Scott Walker and Son O. Do you know this one, Sam?
I haven't heard that one, no, but I know Scott Walker and Son O like separately, so that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, they made an album. Oh, don't think they didn't make an album together. It's pretty great. Scott Walker is like an old crooner from the 60s, and later on he made some albums. He has passed away, but he's just crooning his ass off over Son O, just drone. Amazingness. Wow. Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh, here in San Diego, I found this one, which is a Beastie collection, all the samples from the Beastie Boys, like not all of them, but a lot of the original samples. It's a really fun record. The record store only had number 1. I was like, oh man, that sucks. I'm never going to find number 2. And then I went to Seattle and I found number 2. Hey.
Wow.
Let's see. Picked up this one, NBC, Millions of Dead Cops.
Wow.
This is a punk record that I never heard of, since a few years ago, but it's a stone cold classic.
I used to listen to that with my dad when I was like 10. Really? Yeah, it was crazy. We used to borrow punk records from our neighbor, and that was one of them.
This one's a fun one. I'm a big fan of, what do they say? As is records. I don't see them as much. They just say, oh, it's fucked up here as is. It's fine. I'm like, yes, I want that for $5. A nice small change.
Oh, nice.
The story with this cover, you know who that is, of course? Anybody?
I did, but I can't remember now. It's like Cassandra Peterson?
Yes, it's Elvira. And the funny story is, she's like, yeah, that's me, but I don't remember taking that picture. Like, I have no memory.
Tom owes me some money.
Let's see. You don't care about that one. This is a great album. I don't know if you know about it. Polaris. This is the music from Adventures of Pete and Pete. I love that show, and they do the theme song, and they did other music on there as well. It's beautiful. Let's see.
Great show.
Yeah. Let's see some more. I picked up a modern record. I was very proud of myself. Some band called Unknown Mortal Orchestra. Anybody?
Oh, hell yeah. That's a great band.
This is great. Yeah. I don't buy new music, but then I found it and I like the cover and I put it on. I'm like, oh shit, this is something special.
I could definitely see that band for you. They're really good.
It was great. Let's see, just going in order. I picked up an original Versus. I don't know if you've ever heard of this band, Pearl Jam.
Yeah, they're small. They're up and coming.
Yeah, this is my.
I don't think they're gonna make it.
Did you literally buy that in Seattle though?
I did. Fuck yeah, I did.
While he was playing harmonica.
I bought it at
they give it to
the most Seattle thing you possibly could buy.
I know.
They give it to you at the airport.
Well, they're common in Seattle. They probably have it at every corner. They're just
it's
like,
their best album. Come on. I had to buy that. That's the original. I mean, it's a great pressing. It sounds fantastic.
What was the last record? I'm taking notes. What was the one before that?
Oh,
10.
Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
Thank you.
There you go. Supposedly it's called Hanoi. It's supposedly they recorded it all in Thailand or something. Yeah.
Cool.
You're not taking notes, you bastard. All right, next one. Very good.
Right there.
Okay, cool. Next
I have
one.
music
This
on my
one.
phone, Luke. It's all here. I can just, and pop right up.
Okay. This one I got in Amoeba. This is Lovage. This is an
Oh.
original press of Lovage. It was pretty,
Nice.
these goes for a lot. They finally repressed these, but the repress is terrible. This is Dan the Automator and with Mike Patton and Jennifer Charles. It's a great record. And it's Music to Make Love to Your Old Lady by Please Write That Down.
Mhm.
It's, yeah. Let's see. Here we go. So KEXP in Seattle, they put out, I was at the record store and they said, oh, we're putting out KEXP 10. It's like all live music from the show. And it just happened, they just happened to get it the next day. Like they posted it. And I came in, I said, yeah, hey, I'd like to get one. He said, oh, we're not officially supposed to sell it until October 32nd. And I was like, well, that's not a real date. Could you just, hook me up? I'm leaving on Friday. He's like, you know what, whatever. So he gave me a nice KEXP 10. It's got Run the Jewels on it.
Run the
what they got me.
Jewels. Yeah.
So, let's see, almost done. Pick this one up. I'll cover it. This is an amazing album. Please write this down, Vinny.
Yep.
Pig Destroyer. This is terrifying.
Right.
Just,
That's
I'm
neat.
talking, you want grindcore, like amazing.
don't.
Vinny loves
Yes, you
grindcore.
Hayden, anybody? Sam, anybody?
I've got that
No
album.
idea what that is.
Fuck yeah, you do. It's
Can you lift
I
it up a
remember
little
going
higher?
to-
I was
No,
confused
don't lift it up
what's
higher.
going on the cover.
yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I remember going in, there was a metal store in Denver, and I was like, I like this kind of music. Can you help me out? I like really loud screaming with like maybe some samples of craziness. He's like, yeah, you like grindcore, bro. Like that's I was like,
Hate to
hell
break
yeah,
it to you,
dude.
but
It's got a name.
It does. Let's see. Picked up this one the other day. This is Mr. Bungle. This
Nice.
is the Raging Wrath of the Easter Bunny demo. I guess their original demo. They re-recorded it. Fucking amazing. Like, I don't know. This one of my favorite albums of all time, Sebadoh Bake Sale. Came out in the 90s. I'm a huge fan of Sebadoh. Like I have all their albums. This is they took the punk ethos. It's the bass drummer from Dinosaur Jr. He got kicked out of the band. He made Sebadoh, and he went and did his own thing. Yeah, I can't explain. I own almost all the records, all their 7-inches. Big fan. This one's their best. Found it up in Seattle for a decent price, and I went for it. Last one,
we're there.
almost. Last
Was this
one.
15? Who's counting? Vinny, how many of these?
72.
72,
I'm gonna-
perfect.
This is the only you need to give this to your children. This is the only record they need to. This is it. This is Minor Threat.
Nice.
Oh, all right, that record I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a great record. This is original press of Minor Threat. It's beat up to hell, but it's a 40-year-old punk record. Like, what you gonna do? It still sounds great. You put a record on like this at my age, you're like, oh, okay, now I get it. This is where all these ideas come from. This one right here. Yeah, that's it.
Wow. That was a marathon. All right. Who's
Yeah.
around? Who's
Still here.
still awake? Everyone's still awake?
Listen,
All here.
listen.
All
I got
here.
three
Vinny's still there,
things.
too?
I can go real quick.
All right,
Then
let's
I gotta go.
throw it down, Chris. Oh, you're not gonna stick
All right.
around to talk about Andor after?
I want to talk about Andor real quick.
No. Just show us your
No,
stuff.
we're in pickup still.
Yeah.
All right. Criterion sale, 50% off. $50 for a 4K Blu-ray. Get the fuck out of here. $25 for a reissue of the
Yeah.
already released
Oh, shit.
Wally 4K Blu-ray
Nice.
with a couple of extra special features. Sign me up. Haven't seen it since 2009. Probably still holds up. All right, it's out of here. All right. I get $50 for Lost Highway. Get the fuck out of here. $25 for Lost Highway in 4K with HDR. Great.
Yes.
Sold. Raging Bull, black and white in 4K for $50.
Nope.
What about $25? All right. Those are my pickups. I gotta
Nice.
go,
No,
folks.
I didn't know we were on whatnot.
Go watch Andor. I'll talk about it next time I'm on the podcast because I got things to do tonight and I'm a little
Yeah.
tired.
It's
Tonight.
You gotta bake some
Thank
pies.
you so much for inviting me
Thanks for being here.
Later, Chris.
back. Can't believe I got fucking muted on my way out. You son of a bitch, Ryan Cushing is a fraud, and I hope all of his tires are flat.
Wow. What a way to go. Anyways,
Just a normal
right.
exit. Like,
That's classic.
special guest Marcus, do you have any Blu-rays or DVDs or anything non-Laserdisc media-wise?
So coincidentally, I do, but usually I would not. So I primarily only focus on Laserdisc. I only have so much bandwidth and funds. I cannot do every format. So primarily do Laserdisc.
Smart.
But recently, I hooked my Blu-ray player up in the home theater garage. So I thought, well, maybe I should get some Blu-ray. So I started with 2 titles that should be on Laserdisc that never made it. We recently talked about this, Sam, on LDF. So the first one, Last Dragon, had to get this. I still cannot believe this never got a LD release. Such a travesty.
I know I was going to make you could have bought that on Laserdisc joke, but I can't even make that joke.
No,
this is not on Laserdisc.
joke. And then here's another 80s classic,
Wow.
hip hop, graffiti,
Hell yeah.
break dancing, movie, Wild Style. So this one's in the same flavor of kind of break-in and crush groove.
Beastie Boys sampled it, Vinny. They sampled it on Check Your Head. Yeah.
So this is the 30th anniversary edition DVD because it has not made it to Blu-ray, I don't believe. And it's got,
both of those titles are on VHD, so I think there's a new format in the future.
Thanks,
so
Ryan.
I've seen this on VHD in Japan, and I'm like, I don't need to buy that. I don't even have a VHD player. Like, what am I gonna do with that thing? It's got a cool little booklet. And, nice presentation.
Oh, that's cool.
Here on the set.
Sick.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I also got Wally.
Nice.
Came out, just dropped yesterday. One of my favorite animated films, and I happen to be getting a UHD, a 4K player here soon, so I'll be able to play that. And I'm gonna jump over to CDs and then move back to the last one. So with CDs, I generally focus on jazz, 50s and 60s. Again, because if I don't limit myself, I'll have everything. So
focus, I
got to be focused.
Yeah.
So I recently picked up a copy of Supreme, John Coltrane. Now, this particular release, this is the analog. I
see something on the spine there.
The AP remaster SACD from 2010. This is considered to be the best remaster of I Love Supreme. So I think I have like 3 or 4 other copies, but this is the one to have. It's usually pretty expensive, but I found it for a relatively cheap price. So snag that.
Oh.
And then my last one also dropped yesterday. This is in my top 5 of all time. Absolutely love this film. Spike Lee. Malcolm X in 4K. Criterion release just dropped yesterday.
Yeah, it's in the mail coming to me. I have not gotten it yet.
Yeah. So this film, I mean, I watch this probably once a year. Absolutely love it. He was robbed of, the Oscar for this one. He should have been recognized for that. But Spike Lee just an absolute masterpiece. I absolutely love this film, and the messages in this film like resonate, today. It's just such a strong portrayal of Malcolm X's life. So really, really cool. Happy to have it.
Just had the theatrical anniversary, right? Like 30 years?
Yeah, 30 years. It was last Friday. 30 years.
Wow.
Yep. And that's it for me.
Nice pickups. Excellent. All right, who's up next? Let's go with Hayden.
Go ahead.
Hayden.
Yeah, you're up at the top of my screen, so you're first in my heart now.
Nice. So I don't have a whole lot, but this is another movie I picked up based on. This is another one I picked up based on someone on Twitter sharing a really cool scene that just sold me on the movie. It's full contact. I almost got the LaserDisc, but on LDDB they mentioned that a lot of it was cut out.
Yeah.
So that
you could have bought that on LaserDisc, man.
I know. Like what kind of life am I leading? Let's see, and then got this DVD set that I've not opened yet. Actually, this is Gorilla's Phase 2 Slow Boat to Hades. It has a bunch of the music videos, animatics for the music videos, making of the music videos, a lot of the animated shorts. and
Wow.
it also has a CD with screensavers on it, so that's cool.
Screensavers, awesome.
Oh, I need that.
Yeah, that's
And
super
then
cool.
picked up here, this is the Gorillaz D-Sides box set.
Ooh.
Wow.
Comes with
Mm.
a bunch of art prints and collectible buttons and like a patch, as
Cool.
well as, of course, the 2 CDs.
That's
uh,
awesome.
Got me and my girlfriend have been getting into Radiohead, so I got the Bends.
Yes.
Oh,
Killer.
one thing I forgot to grab. So the headphones off and grab that real quick.
And now we present Kuffs.
Cuffs.
Cuffs.
Kuffsgiving.
The poster.
Death Kuffs.
So then also got, I've not watched this yet, but Cronenberg's Videodrome.
yeah.
Yes.
Excellent.
So
And you
We'll
say
do-
you've never seen it before?
I don't think I've seen any David Cronenberg movie yet.
Oh, I am
Go
so
ahead,
jealous.
pop
that
it
you,
in.
You get to
We'll
see
wait.
it for the first time.
Right now.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
that's a
watch it.
proper gateway. Yeah.
So
And
very excited for that.
just put it up on the screen and share that as your screen, and Sam will put it on his YouTube. It's cool.
We're just
We'll
going to
do-
stream
we'll
it
just put
right
it
now.
in-
We're gonna
Yeah.
whatnot it. We're
Okay,
gonna whatnot
live stream.
this.
That'll be the Hayden 2
Mhm.
video.
The postcast
Uh,
party.
And then this is the last thing I got. My girlfriend actually got this for me. The Inkle graphic
Oh,
novel.
nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
So
And it's somewhat Dune-ish, really, because that's based on some of the Dune
Yeah.
story, right?
yeah, this
Yeah.
is when Jodorowsky and Moebius came up with their version of Dune.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen. They took a lot of the ideas for that and turned it into the Inkle and apparently a few other graphic novels. So about halfway through this, it's very insane, very weird. I love it.
Nice.
Can't wait to finish it.
I
So
need to get that.
and apparently Taika Waititi is turning it into a movie. So
Really?
I don't know how that's gonna work, but we'll see. But yeah, otherwise that's all I picked up. That's all
Cool.
I've got.
All right, Vinny, you're on now.
Okay. I went to grab my Haywood
was gonna
Hollywood
say,
horses.
Hell
Your hat
yeah.
changed.
Hey.
From Nope. It's funny. I ordered this from a guy on Etsy. It was supposed to be a trucker hat, obviously, because in Nope he's wearing the trucker hat, and it came and it wasn't. Then they sent me another one. And then he sent me another one. So I'm sitting on like 3 of these. So maybe I'll send one to somebody.
We're in the market.
Just get these out of the way, obviously, because I've got these as well. Lost
Wow.
Highway and Raging Bull 4K.
Nice.
One of the first things I got on Whatnot. See, it's fun when you pop into something that's not someone who's not selling movies specifically, and then they'll go through a box and they'll just find stuff. So Hayden just reminded me, this was one of the first things I found
Oh, wow.
for like
Ooh,
$5.
Nice.
You know, because some people don't know what they have. This has 4 movies and then 2 soundtracks as well. So 2 of these are CDs.
Wow.
And I've not seen any of his films. So I
Are
know
those Blu-ray?
Really?
El Topo. No, they're just DVD.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool box. Another box I just showed you guys the other day. Go to Dollar Tree and get this absolutely essential documentary for $1. It's Blu-ray and DVD, all
That's
10
even
hours of this.
Bigger
which is
than the photo you
incredible.
sent.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's just an incredible, it's almost like a 7-inch size.
Yeah.
I mean, just really incredible film and a document of that moment in history and everything that led to it. It's really amazing. Quickly, some TV series I picked up, Freaks and Geeks complete
Nice.
series.
Sweet.
This I've always wanted on laser, but they're too expensive. So I finally just grabbed volume 1 of the Time Tunnel, which is a fun show, time travel show from the 60s.
Yeah.
Quality.
Before I get to all the whatnots, you know, A24 only puts out their own stuff for the most part. So this is a box set of the Souvenir and the Souvenir 2. I've only seen the first one, so a really nice presentation. So other than that, like the real commercial stuff like Hereditary or The Witch, they just put out their own that you have to buy from their store.
It's usually kind of premium pricing though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit you.
Right. So one of the things that happens in Whatnot, you know, people will show up a stack of things and someone you'll say run it if you want them to run the auction on that item.
Run the jewels.
So the danger in that is I'll see something and I'll say run it, and then someone else will see it and then bid on top of you. For the most part, people sort of back off, but if someone mentions it, so I just happened to come into a show and I saw Misery there, and I didn't realize someone else had sort of like called it out already, and I just snagged it. Like they took their eye off the ball and got this for like $5. It's the case. Just copy of Misery. Hope put this out? This is Shout. No,
Shout
Scream.
Factory, Scream Factory. Yeah.
More stuff.
Damn.
Kurosawa box, all 4 samurais in here. Shit, I even picked up HD DVDs on whatnot.
You got a
If I ever
problem
see
now.
some, well, yeah. I mean, if I see something pop up that I don't have and it's not Warner Brothers, so I know it'll work. These are Universal, so I'm sure it can feel the dreams. This was an upgrade. This I didn't have at all.
Nice. And you do have a player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peter sent me one again. I didn't ask for it. Showed up here. He's cleaning out his closet. Film worker, great doc on Kubrick.
Yeah.
This I got in England. The only thing I found in England, all region Knight's
Oh,
Tale.
nice.
Which I love
Oh.
Knight's Tale.
Heath.
Yeah.
There was one guy who kept selling on a lot of these guys on Whatnot have just tons of copies of everything.
You got
This
one of
is a-
those, huh? That's funny.
Yeah, every day I'd go to the guy's show. He'd have another one and another one, and it's like
Yeah.
he had 100 Wonderful Life steelbooks. So this is 4K. So I grabbed one. And a few more Criterions that I just got around midnight, which I have not seen. I have it on Laserdisc because Scorsese is in it, and I have every Scorsese related Laserdisc, as you know. But
Is
I'm
that-
excited to actually watch the movie.
Is that a documentary? Or I love Dexter Gordon.
No, it's not a
documentary.
doc.
So Dexter Gordon's just an actor in the movie.
Yes.
Wow.
I assume
Didn't know
there's
he
some
acted in any films.
biographical
Cool.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he's still playing music, right? In the
Yeah, yeah.
context of the film, right? Yeah.
Right. Worst Person in the World, which is a great movie. Luke, you would love this. Have you seen this?
No, I mean, I
think you'd like it.
Should watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. Power of the Dog. Howler's my only other Power of the Dog ally, but he's gone.
Oh,
I
my
really
grandma
like this
loved
movie.
it.
I've been meaning to
Did you
watch
say
it.
your grandma loved it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She's
Yeah, Max's grandma's
Alright.
hip to all the stuff.
Fine
Okay.
and she sees things with descriptive audio, so she loved the descriptive audio.
Wow, awesome. And what I went in for the Criterion sale, but Barnes and Noble also had Arrow at 50 off.
Is that Cuffs?
This is the sequel to Cuffs. It's called True Romance.
Oh, Cuffs 2, True Romance. Yeah.
What else? Some books, because why not? Someone has to read. For Whom the Cowbell Tolls. This is about Paul's
Ah.
Boutique. So the guy who wrote the 33 1/3 had more to say about Paul's Boutique.
That's
He
awesome.
started his own imprint called 66 2/3. So just more about Paul's Boutique, because you can never write enough. This I'm looking forward to. It's sort of an oral history of HBO,
Oh, wow.
which,
Cool.
as you know, is, I think, the best of the premium TV channels. Most of the shows are great. Of course, QT's book,
Yes, I got to get
Cinema
that.
Speculation.
Cool.
That's Bullet on the cover. I think I sent it around. I did find a guy who made a list of every movie referenced in here. There are 947 of them.
Wow.
It came out in like
So
the
it's really
20,
cool.
20th percentile somewhere, 28.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah. It's great because, you know, he's been watching movies that he shouldn't have been watching since
Yes.
he was, 7 or 8, going to everything with his mom and his mom's boyfriends and just seeing the craziest stuff. Like someone took him to Deep Throat.
Yeah.
He was a kid. Just crazy.
That's amazing.
Just a little bit of vinyl. Luke sent me this.
Oh, nice.
Danny Elfman score to one of my favorite films. Great cover. That art doesn't work so well on the VHS and the Laserdisc because it's sort of crop, but it works well on the record.
Nice.
And then in London, I only bought 3 records, and they all happen to be Jean-Michel Jarre records. What I
Oh,
like.
look at that.
Oh,
Yeah, great covers.
yeah. Oh, that
Look
was
at that.
classic right there.
Yeah, Oxygen
I have that on 8
and
track.
Equinox. Yeah,
Nice.
I walked into a store with these under my arm, and the guy's like, "Oh, you might be interested in this one." So,
Is he the guy? Is he the guy that put out the? He put out a record. He only played it once on the radio, and people bootlegged it. Am I making that up? Sam, anybody?
it sounds like something he would do.
Yeah.
He did
Doesn't.
this amazing show in Houston where he basically used almost like a Copperfield thing, where he basically performed outside and projected on like the skyline of the city. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Is that
What town did you get that in
this?
when you were in England?
Oh, this was these were in Bath.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, really nice. A city that supports like 4 bookstores. There's only 100,000 people in that city. And our friends own a bookstore there, and they opened their bookstore around the corner from a place called Waterstones, which is like Barnes and Noble there. Like they were already there, and they just opened a store around the corner. And there's another one down the street. And there's, you know, record stores and cafes. It's similar to sort of a Portland, Seattle vibe. It feels like the 90s there.
See,
And you
Seattle's
can
great.
still, small businesses like that can still survive, even surrounded by big retailers. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Okay, that's it.
Excellent pickup, sir. Who's up next, Max?
Oh, all right. I'll show one thing.
Okay.
Show all
Yes.
those Blu-rays you bought.
All I got was this. I show it on my phone because I don't have my freaking. I don't have it in here.
What is it?
It's freaking. I'll try. It's Christmas Evil.
Oh, okay.
Don't open till Christmas. I bought
Double
it.
feature.
It's a bootleg 2-pack that I didn't know was a bootleg 2-pack until it showed up, and I put it in 3 DVD players and it didn't work. And then I put it on the computer and it did work. So I don't know how to.
It's not even mastered for DVD players. It's probably just video files.
I know. So yeah, that's what made me think of when Ryan showed that one. Because that's literally, I saw Don't Open Till Christmas at the New Bev. Not like, I want to say maybe last year. I don't remember. But I saw it and I just was like, it was so crazy. It was so crazy. And Christmas Evil is, again, like a must watch, like holiday one, because it's just, I don't know. It's John Waters' favorite Christmas movie. So if he loves it, you know. And it also is like weirdly wholesome. I don't know how else to put that. It's like it's
a movie called
slasher,
Christmas Evil.
but it's like a slasher, but it's like weirdly wholesome. So it's great. Both of them are great.
Sure.
But,
All right. We're winding down. I can't believe everyone's still awake. That's good. I mean, some of you guys are on West Coast time.
It's
So
still, you know, it's 10 o'clock here.
I know. We got to like churn the butter. We got to, you know. You're still baking pies?
I finished pretty much all my pies. I had to pull the pumpkin out, and I'll have to bake it for a little bit longer. It's not quite finished.
Sorry, we got in the way of that pastry situation. So yeah, we're at the recommendations phase, right? So we're going to do, normally this is where Haller tells us about every single film or television show he's watched over the past 5 months. But what we actually do is one recommendation could be some form of media that you think everyone should watch. That's, you know, not LaserDisc related, maybe something you saw in streaming or a film you saw in theaters or whatever. So I am going to, if I can find it, where's my recommendation? I don't even know where it's hiding. Oh man, it's missing. You go first, Ryan. I'll find it.
I do have to recommend Andor. It's gritty. It actually shows Star Wars characters that like each other more than just friends.
Wow.
And things like that. And it's just really decent. And I'm surprised that they made it, to be honest. I've seen 3 episodes so far. I'll probably binge the rest this weekend now that the show is fully aired. Because
it's really good.
Who wants to wait for TV to like actually air in like once a week? That's BS and crap and shouldn't be a thing now. But yeah, I really gotta say, like, I think they did something cool that was unique and also, you know, fit well into the universe and didn't like change anything. So pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I like that it's sort of divorced from, it's not divorced. Obviously, I know where it fits in the universe, but it doesn't matter really. It's just a cool story. It is a little, I mean, it's Tony Gilroy. It's pretty sophisticated. Like my son, a lot of times is like, what is it? Like, why should I care about these 2 people? Like, what's happening?
The first couple episodes are very much like that, though. Even for me, I was like, "Who is this girl?"
And he was still like, "Yeah, why do I need a scene with this guy doing that?" I'm like, I don't want to try to explain everything to him, but it's very Battlestar Galactica in that it really gets into the politics of it all, but not like
it's
the
compelling
trade war
exactly
from Phantom Menace. But it's compelling, and it's pretty basic stuff. Like these people are trying to get something done, and they have some help, and that's really it. It's sort of a detective story and a prison story. It's cool, you know. So yeah, I'd recommend that as well. Howler might be a little on the, he might be, I don't want to say it's overrated because it's properly rated.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't think it's better than Severance. Let's put it that way.
Well, he already thinks Irma Vep's better than everything. So he's onto something new.
I started that because
okay.
of him. So, and so far good. Only one episode in.
All right, I found my recommendation. I talked about when I picked it up.
Oh,
The best movie I've seen so far this year was In My Mind, and it's called Heat 2. Michael Mann and Meg Gardner did a sequel and a prequel to Heat. It's amazing. So it's a movie that really they are going to make it, but they're going to have to recast because it's got Val Kilmer's character immediately after the events of Heat. So it's like that you can never capture again. And then it's got stuff from the 80s with Al Pacino's character and Neil McCauley, who is Robert De Niro's character. A lot of stuff taking place in Chicago and then moving to Los Angeles. There's a huge heist in Mexico with Danny Trejo's character and of course the whole crew. It is really, really fascinating, compelling, and it's kind of got this cool Chicago backdrop. It's got the Mexican bit, and then it all comes back to Los Angeles as it has to, and then it finally gets up to 2000. It's pretty wild. I mean, Al Pacino's character throws a dude off a roof pretty early on in the book. You're like, oh, okay, he does that. I was like, I thought he was a cop, but yeah, it's pretty intense. So yeah, put the Heat soundtrack on and read this, or listen to the audiobook, I guess, if that's your bag too. That could have been something. They should have gotten like De Niro and Pacino together and done a unabridged read through of this thing. So
good.
And they could have deep faked Val Kilmer's voice, I guess, or something. But that's my recommendation. All right. What about Hayden? What do you got?
Well, recommendation kind of slipped my mind. So
that's cool.
I'm just going to recommend people watch Kuffs.
Yep. Fair enough. That's cool.
On to whoever's next. Recommend people watch Kuffs.
Yeah. Vinny, was that Andor your actual recommendation? Or?
No. What did I just watch that I really liked on Netflix? The Florence Pugh movie.
Oh yeah.
Called
it was a simple title.
Was it like The Watcher?
Yeah.
The Watcher. Oh my God, I gotta look it up. It is called The Wonder.
The Wonder. Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of mid 1800s Ireland. She is an English nurse brought into this small Irish town to observe this phenomena of this like 11-year-old who has not eaten in 4 months but is perfectly healthy, and people want to know why. And she's sort of charged with figuring out what's, sort of keeping an eye on her, and she's become sort of this cult figure. People come from other villages to see this miracle girl who doesn't eat yet doesn't get sick. It's pretty cool, and Florence Pugh has that sort of period stuff down. She's really good at that. So I enjoyed that. That's all I can think of right now.
Marcus, have you seen anything non-LaserDisc related that you want to recommend? Or
I have. Let's see. Last movie we saw in the theater was Wakanda Forever.
Oh
so
yeah,
I would definitely recommend that. I don't think it was as good as the first one, but still really good. No spoilers, but very emotional, right? With Chadwick Boseman not there, but that theme is, played throughout the film in multiple instances. So really good. And I saw it, I saw it in the theater opening weekend. My family did not dress up, but half the folks in the theater were dressed up. I mean, just full on, like head to toe, like garb. I mean, African garb. It was awesome.
Nice.
Awesome experience. So definitely recommend.
Excellent. Luke, what do you got?
I tried watching Andor. I got 3 episodes in, and they're really slow. Like the first.
Those are the slowest of them.
Yeah. It really picks up after that.
At the end, got me excited. I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of going somewhere. But the 4th episode, I fell asleep. I got to try it again. I'm going to try. I know, I want to see what. I'm going to try again tomorrow.
All right.
But what I really want to recommend, I talked about it before, is Paper Girls. Download it illegally. Don't watch it on Amazon, right, Benny?
Mm-hmm.
And it was just an amazing show. It was so good. I got the comic book. I got the complete series of Paper Girls, and something weird happened that does not happen often, is that the show is better than the fucking book. Like it's that good. So yeah, I definitely, it's a time travel show. And like, what happens if you as a kid met yourself as an adult and judged the hell out of you? Like that's, I just really enjoyed it. That's it.
Cool.
So that is thepiratebay.com/.
Yeah,
no.
The opinions expressed on the LaserDisc Wolfpack podcast are those of these knuckleheads.
If someone else pirates it and sends it to me, then I haven't done anything.
Oh, I could.
You still received, ill-begotten
Stolen
goods.
goods.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
exactly.
I believe depending on the jurisdiction, as long as you're not profiting off of it, it's not worth
I'll
the time.
I'll VPN from Honduras.
Lars Ulrich will still show up at your house and shut you down.
Just don't have a boating accident.
Right, but they canceled it apparently, and people are sort of
Yes, and it was
petitioning
right in the
it
middle
to end up
of.
somewhere else.
Has it been picked up or no?
I haven't heard, but I
Yeah,
would
neither
think
have I.
something like that would.
But they really ended it right on a cliffhanger. It's like, oh,
Hmm.
okay, and then that's why I wanted the book, but the book's just not doing it for me.
All right, we're just about done. Give everyone a good hand. Okay, pat yourselves on the back. You made it. So yeah, final thoughts and what you're going to spin next. I am going to spin more music discs. I think up next is Kate Bush, the single file. I haven't watched that yet. I'm trying to go through every single music disc I got off of Yahoo Auctions. So that's up next. I just did Nebworth Volume 1 and 2. So gonna keep it music. Oh, Midnight Ride.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Hamill and Dudikoff. Vinny actually owns this disc. He just doesn't realize it.
Yeah,
it's his favorite. It's a go-to when the family's out.
What says Robert
Midnight
Mitchum's
Run.
in it? He's an actual actor.
I know. I'm confused.
Wow.
By it.
I don't know how they got him in there, but
That was filling out a contract obligation.
Hayden, are you going to spin any more discs or just Kuffs?
Yeah, I may just do Kuffs. More than likely, though, aside from like Videodrome and Zardoz and stuff that I need to watch, my girlfriend and I, she had never seen any of the Planet of the Apes movies except
Oh, wow.
for the most recent one. We actually went and saw that in theaters. So we just finished the original series. So except for that, we skipped the fifth one, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, because I don't think it's a good ending. Conquest is a great ending.
Conquest is
just like-
awesome.
Yeah, I know. I love that movie so much. It's such a good ending. And then Battle for the Planet of the Apes is just like what you imagine happens after Conquest. It doesn't add anything that
Yeah.
you don't know is coming by that point.
It kind of feels like a
So-
TV show. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now we're gonna move on to the new ones. So we can watch that, and then at some point we'll get around to this Videodrome. Y'all seem to like it.
Yeah, it's great.
So I'm sure it's okay.
Amazing movie.
Good dig it.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Marcus, if you don't have any DVDs, what Laserdisc are you going to watch next?
Well, let's see. It's a pretty standard Thanksgiving spin. So Planes, Trains, and Automobiles will be tomorrow
Nice.
for sure. And then, gearing up for Christmas, I got to go through all my discs. I don't have them grouped by Christmas, so I got to figure out where they all are.
A holiday.
Brian's got his entire collection over there.
Yeah.
I got a whole tab.
There
Oh,
you go.
wow. Impressive.
So we'll be spending those. The kids are already asking me when we're starting to spend Christmas movies. But I did get, and I didn't show this, but I got Elf on 4K.
Oh, nice.
Which came out just I think earlier this month. So we'll be spending that probably while we put up our tree and do stuff. So
Excellent.
That's great.
Mr. Vincent, what's up?
Marcus, they might like Spirited, which is on Apple
I gotta watch that.
TV. It's Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. It's Scrooged again, but with
Okay.
music. But it's a musical, but none of those guys can sing, and they don't really try to make them sound good. So it's kind of tongue in cheek. It's pretty funny. The kids will
cool.
like
We'll
it.
check it out.
Howler would probably hate it as a musical snob. Yeah, I'm gonna I've been trying to get my son to watch Die Hard for like 2 years.
Really?
13. This is
It's the
so
time.
I got it. I know. I got to get him to watch Die Hard, and we got to do Planes, Trains too, because, yeah, we have not watched that. We've broken the language barrier in stuff, so I don't care about movies that like Die Hard or Planes, Trains that have cursing in it anymore, because we showed him Ted Lasso, so he's heard every word there is to hear, and now he's listening to hip hop, so he's done. He's turned that
Playboy
corner.
Cardi. Playboy Cardi.
Yeah, that's
Loves
his favorite,
Playboy
right?
Cardi, which is why he asked me about Lost Boys the other day. He's like, "You know Lost Boys?" I'm like, "Of course I know Lost Boys." Like, yeah, Cardi loves that movie. Big influence. I'm like, okay, so
Well,
we'll
yeah.
watch Lost Boys.
Man,
Lost
that
Boys.
sax sequence is gonna just blow his fucking
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah,
Like, ooh.
So yeah, those are the three I'm targeting for him over the next few weeks.
Cool. Luke, what are you spending next?
So the record store down the street that I go to all the time, they want to do a LaserDisc night, and I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, yeah, let's do it. So next
He's like,
Wednesday.
great. Now I got another job.
Yeah, I got to bring the projector, the LaserDisc, and yeah, we're gonna watch Planes, Trains, Automobiles next Wednesday.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Wow.
There is
Damn.
no widescreen version of that, right?
No.
Not on laser.
Yeah. Hence why I don't own it.
Yeah.
Except on Blu-ray. Don't tell anybody. Maxine, what are you spinning? Or are you just cooking?
Well, I've been baking and I'm doing lots of cooking tomorrow. But my recommendation would be Terrifier 2. Not
Oh, did we
very
skip you for
good.
recommendations?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Man.
It's Terrifier 2, which is very not seasonally appropriate right now. It feels extremely weird to even be talking about it, but it was so good. Like, it was like, I mean, it was like
Did you throw
sensory
up?
overload. I did
Yeah, did you
not
throw
throw up. I did not faint, but I did have to cover my eyes because shit was super graphic.
It was great. I mean,
It
I
was
don't think
great.
it was that graphic. I just thought that like
The one scene in the bedroom is where I had to cover my eyes because that was too much. It's a little much for me.
Since some of us are watching Cat 3 Hong Kong films, that's
I
nothing.
was watching it. It was like it was like 10:30 was the showing of it. And it was like so late. And we were like the only people in the theater. And it was just felt like infinitely more scary than it was just like a crowd full of people. It was not that fun. But it was great. And I was super happy about it. But I'm definitely going to be spinning to see
nice.
what the heck the guns.
Oh yeah.
Is. I have to know. So I will be reporting back on it.
Yeah. I'd like to see some captures of those for
Yeah,
sure.
I know. I will attempt. I've never really had success with it.
Well, I should give a shout out to everybody that was in the live chat. Sorry we weren't able to get it. Ryan was in there a little bit interacting.
They didn't have any probing questions.
Well, I mean, just every once in a while, some comments on the cool covers, and obviously Kuffs love across the board.
Shout out to Spencer and Andy. Andy has been hitting us with Kuffs puns the entire time.
Wow.
Yes,
He's
Spencer
done
and
it
Andy
for
we're
3+
keeping it going.
hours.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm sure the
Yes.
price of cups has gone up.
It's sold out on eBay now.
Mhm.
It will be by tomorrow.
Market's dry. Market's dry.
Yeah, sorry. Try again. So I guess I gotta get a copy on LaserDisc at some point, but
Cheapest copy is $45 now.
Wow.
it's rough.
That's
Get the Hong
there's one
Kong
for
copy.
$5 plus shipping.
Well, I hope everyone had an amazing Kuffsgiving, or I hope you will. And yeah, share the love. Go hang out with your special patrol or patrol specials. If you're in
Yes.
San Francisco,
Yes.
tell them you appreciate their work. And and thanks to Marcus for joining us.
Hey,
you,
thanks for
Marcus.
having me.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah. Thanks, Marcus.
It's been fun.
it's been long in the works, and I'm glad we were able to make it work. And thanks to everyone for taking time Thanksgiving Eve and talking about LaserDisc. So well, cheers everybody. Keep it real.
All right.
And we'll be back
Peace.
with some more episodes shortly.